Hey. Well,
Hello.
Dude.
Hey, Brightest, what's up?
Hey, Brightest Day.
Hey, Brightest Day.
Brightest
Day.
How
Thanks
you
for
doing?
joining us, buddy.
So say we
Ash,
are.
brother.
Ash.
Yo, I'm glad I got it just in time.
Hey, Ash.
You did. I didn't expect this many people this quick. But
Oh my God, this is so much fun.
yes, indeed.
Yes.
Everyone, welcome to the Global Geek Gang. Clobberin Times issue number, on YouTube, 247, but 947 overall. Get close to that big 1,000 for the 12 plus years I've been doing this crap, and no one stopped me yet. I don't know why. But maybe they will put the world out of its misery and stop me from doing this before I get to 1,000. Let's hope. I don't hope that, but I know everyone else does. Wonderful to see all of you fantastic friends in the chat. And of course, welcome to my fantastic, amazing guest, Arwen, and then some other guys or something.
Those guys don't matter.
Yeah, the guys.
Yes,
Those guys
do.
don't matter.
Guys' lives don't matter.
No.
Stormtrooper number 1337.
We're just a crew.
Yeah.
And Arwen, you are going to sing the Iron Man song on your birthday, right? I've already been. We were talking about that last night. I want you to sing the Iron Man song for me.
On my birthday?
Yeah.
I'll work on it.
I figured I could get you to do it because I know you're going to be drunk.
Pleasantly buzz. Let's say that.
we were talking about those cartoon Marvel cartoon lyrics last night, and I remembered what a wonderful singer you are. I remember I was bugging you to do that Iron Man song.
I need to seriously get down and learn it. I really do. So
it's
I
like
can't
4
promise,
lines.
but I'll try.
I just wanted to put you on the spot. Sorry.
Okay. All right. That's fine. I'll work on it.
Grumpy old ninja Kentaro. I can't pronounce the rest of it. Hello there. Thank you. Grumpy old. Hello there. Some weirdo named RN Felici something. I don't know who that is.
Just call him King Dolphin.
Elagabulos. Am I always saying that wrong? Elagabulos or whatever. Elagabulos. Dude.
Elagabulos.
Elagabulos. Well, you're the man, no matter how I'm pronouncing. It's good.
He who shall never be pronounced.
Yes, he is one of those.
Uh-oh.
Another weird dude named Erico Belusadelovans or something.
Yes.
Hello to him.
Hello.
I'm just talking about yes. I was talking to in the chat, but yes, I guess I'll just go ahead and introduce the rest of the panel, folks. I don't know. I'm not that excited about it, to be honest, because it was supposed to be just Arwen. I gave everyone a different link, I thought. So I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Retro brother and Ash brother, my two buds.
Yeah.
Global Geek Gang staples, buddy. How you doing?
Cool, dude. Nice one. Got some good stuff to show.
Good to see you. And of course, Raymond, as always, is here. Yes, he looks like a dolphin, but he always tells us say long and thanks for all the fish. The third one
he's right there. You don't got to talk bad about the guy.
Of course, I'm talking bad about him. He's here.
Sushi is food from the gods.
If you show up here, you get talked bad about. That's the rule. It is great to welcome back one of our old regulars from way back, but then he got too good to hang out with us, and now he here's Eric O'Sullivan. AKA the Rebel Soldier. I guess today he's not quite too good to be hanging out with us, but
YouTube fame is a fickle thing.
Great to see you, buddy. Hey, let everybody see that shirt, man. That's badass.
That is.
Yeah, it's got the proper logo, which is great. It doesn't have the scrambled eggs on the cuffs, which I miss. You know what I mean? But didn't have any rank on it.
Well, you were demoted.
Yeah,
I was demoted. That's true.
That is fantastic. I wish I was skinny enough to wear that shirt.
Behold, look at this background.
Look at that.
Oh yes.
Look at all those, nice. All those Starfleet vessels.
Yeah, I want to get you to show us those later.
We're gonna do a few. Oh yeah.
If you were so inclined.
We're showing things. Yeah.
Welcome back. Oh no, go ahead.
I was going to say, Brightest Day. Look at that CIC you got behind you.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's wicked.
We're going to get to that in a second. I want to welcome a distinguished visitor who only popped in for a minute a couple of weeks ago, but this is his debut at the beginning of the Global Geek Gang, Mr. Captain Cockney Spock. What's up, brother?
Live long, be lucky. Hello, good evening, and bollocks. Cheers to you.
I'm wearing the wrong
top. Sorry, this is prime Quinto spot. I'm actually prime.
Wait a minute. He's wearing a filth shirt. Oh,
Okay, turn it off.
No,
turn him off.
Oh no!
We're just working. Negative, Captain. We're just working on a reactor. Fine, it's the real thing. It's proper. It's not no filth here. What are you talking about?
If it's Quinto, that's filth.
No, I'm sorry, I misspoke. I meant Spot 3 prime. No Abrams here, sir. What are you talking about?
Okay, well, you can make it up to me by saying bollocks again.
Bollocks. Bollocks.
I like
Bollocks. Bollocks.
I love that
word. Only with that accent should you be allowed to say bollocks ever.
I shall carry the torch then.
Yeah.
Brightest day. What's
How
up,
dare
brother?
you? I'm friends with Burnett.
It is glad to be black.
He's been here before.
I am glad that this was a holiday and I was able to join you and not have to be at work.
Yeah.
Speaking
Is
of
it
the
a holiday?
holiday,
Oh, it is.
shout out to all the veterans out there. Thank you for your service, not just
Yes.
in America, but around the world.
Yes.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, brightest
Yes, indeed.
day. Thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you
Yeah.
for your service.
Thank you, buddy.
I
Thank
did,
you,
sir.
Raymond.
No.
I just build the boats.
Dude, that's a great background. That's
Thank you.
amazing.
It
And
is.
let's
I
see.
love it.
That's
Is that a
Pegasus.
thunder? Is that a Thundercat?
No, this is
shirt?
Galactica.
This is Galactica.
This is Pegasus.
What shirt is that?
Pegasus, where's
Thundercats?
that hot captain?
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
OG Thundercats.
Oh yeah.
Thundercats ho.
Oh.
You know, Ash, dude, if I had a penalty box, you would be in it. Don't, why you gotta
I'm
put
just
Phil
waiting
up
for
there?
Raymond to vote me off the island again.
No, you get the smackdown.
Still, that's
Oh
absolute still.
dear.
Let's say some hellos to our wonderful friends in the chat here. But now I'll do some show notes. I got a big show note for everyone. Where we at? Stuart Mitchell, buddy. Always great to see you, my friend. And remember, the man who started the war and will always keep the faith that Dolly had braces.
Indeed.
Yes, she did.
Indeed.
He is the general in that war there. Let's see here. Where are we at? Who else is here? Sorry, everyone. Let's end up back to chat up. Anti-derivative Jill. Oh, I love you, Jill. So great to see you, my friend.
Anti-derivative Jill.
Hello, Jill.
She is amazing. She is.
Yes, she
just
is.
a wonderful friend of the show and a wonderful wrench, of course, for many others. And I know she's joined you over there on your channel there, Spock.
She has, yep. She's, I don't know why, but Jill's a very brave lady. And yeah, apparently at some point in the future, we will be discussing the logic of the time travel in Silly on the Edge of Forever, the 12-hour special coming up soon.
I can save you the time.
Wow.
There is no logic, but it's still a great episode.
That's, yeah.
How about that?
He
Thanks, Scott. You just ruined the episode. There you go.
You know, I have a because I know about, and we won't get into the time travel thing here necessarily, but I know of your hang up about it.
If you're right, he really sums it up quickly, doesn't he?
I tried.
Yeah.
I tried. You know what? I make if you can sort of like in, whether it's Doctor Who or sitting the thing with the Guardian, if you write a great story about something and you don't exactly explain it, and you don't explain it, but it's still a great story, I'm okay with it. When you get too deep into the details of the explanation, sometimes that's when you really stretch credulity.
Moving on.
I don't need the Guardian explained because the idiots tried on it.
Just say you can't erase the past. It's already not there. It's the past. It's where you can't erase the timeline you came from, Kirk.
How do you know this?
Silly. Anyway, moving on. We haven't got time, Clobberin. Come on,
I think the 12-hour stream has already started.
No.
Yeah. The thing is, there's three options.
It's just
right?
part
You know what
one.
it is?
A 12-hour stream. A 12-hour
I'm just saying there's
stream.
two Marty McFlys. There's two Marty McFlys. That's a fact. I'm not even talking about the sequel. Ash, hold me back, Ash. I'm not
going to even get you started on Doctor Who.
I'll try.
Come on, don't even. Please. That's that Princess Leia stroking her brother with tongues. Anyway.
I apologize for really loving that episode, but I do. But
No, it's
anyway.
it's fine. I'll let you off. But really,
All right,
I mean,
thank
come
you.
on, Kirk.
Just this
Joe
one.
Collins, it's fine. Moving on. It's fine. I was done about
I love it, man. You are the man. No time travel,
Come
everyone.
on, guys. There's a show to get through. No,
Well, let's see here.
stay on the time travel tape. Moving on.
Well, actually, oh, by the way, yes, show announcements. I still have that that video out that I made, the Incredible Hulk video. I'm trying to make more videos, everyone. So if you haven't seen that yet, and you want to see a little bit. This is just an excerpt of a conversation between Purple and myself about the strangest comic book Hulk story ever written, called "Feeding Billy" from 1978, and that was around Halloween, and we were talking about that. And of course, today, my new spinner rack time machine, a day late. Oh, I'm sorry, time machine. Oh, I didn't mean to trigger you again. This is a spinner rack time machine, so. It's just in this case, it's not a real one. And it's not even a time travel story. It is, isn't it? Well, I can't get out of this one. It's time travel. But it's about comic books, so you can let me slide on that one, Courtney. Anyway, that video drives today.
That video drops today, and
the second video drops tomorrow, everyone. And man, here again, I'm about to get in trouble with time travel again. But I have an announcement for next week's show, everyone.
Yeah.
How do I say this without getting in trouble? There's a show called Dr. Bleep that has nothing to do with time travel, bleep, or TARDIS, bleep. I don't know. I can't. Well, okay, I'm just going to have to do it. I'm just going to have to do it. All right. Hey, Badass, what's up, brother? A week from today, folks, we will have a Clobberin Times Global Geek Gang. What are we called again?
Global Geek Gang.
Global Geek Gang.
Never say
round
die.
table. A round table special. It will be a Doctor Who round table. Apologies.
Yeah.
Some of us love it. And I've got a couple of friends from some channels. Noel from TARDIS Zone will be here.
Cool.
Probby will be here.
Nice.
The problem being, I think Dan from the Space Book might be joining us.
Cool.
Trying to get Latino Slam. What's up, Paulie? The great Paulie.
Paulie.
I think I'm trying to get Bolstrek. Formerly Moan Bolstrek. He's gonna try. Love Bolstrek. I love his channel. He's a great dude. And we'll see who else. And there's only 10 slots available, so we're going to have them. And anyone who is in the Global Geek Gang that is a Doctor Who fan, you'll have to pass a certain litmus test, of course. I will give you the test later.
Can you be a Doctor Who fan up to a certain point?
Yeah. Well, what does that mean, Norwood?
Oh, that means middle of Capaldi on. I don't really consider Doctor Who.
Oh, hey, I love Capaldi the actor, but I hate his entire era.
Okay, all right.
I hate everything after it. And Jimmy doesn't count.
Okay.
Jimmy shit doesn't count. So
yeah, okay.
Baker.
Some great Capaldi. I just watched Lair of the White Worm over the 1988 vampire movie with a 30-year-old Peter Capaldi. It was and he steals the show. Awesome movie. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, it's a really interesting late 80s British vampire movie. Hugh Grant, Catherine Oxenberg, and a 30-year-old Peter Capaldi.
Ken Russell movie.
Ken Russell.
Catherine Oxenberg. Now there's
she fan.
For a long time.
Oh yeah, Amanda Donahue. Yeah.
Oh, they were gorgeous. Wow. Fantastic. Sherry. Man. Hey Sherry, good to see you.
Hey Sherry.
So what we're gonna do is I despise everything that's happened to the show over the past few years and stuff, and but this is going to be because it is close to the anniversary. This is about celebrating the Doctor Who that we love, and that's what we're going to focus on. It's going to be called. The episode is called. The roundtable is called "Who We Love." Oh, and we're just going to talk about the positive aspects of the things we love about Doctor Who, and all opinions are welcome as long as they agree with me.
As long as they're the right ones, huh?
Yeah, the right. No. We'll even let Ash. We'll let Ash defend Chibi if he wants to. No, just kidding. We won't. No, I'm just kidding. We love it. I don't know. Honestly, I don't even know if Ash is a fan. If he cares, if he's that big of a fan or not. I know he's watched some of the new ones. I guess, right, Ash? Or no?
What's Doctor Who? I've never heard of it. Is it a new show?
Well, you're out there.
Yeah, brand new.
Yeah, I am a fan, but I wouldn't call myself like a hardcore fan. I know ins and outs of everything, unlike TARDIS Zone, problem being retro, for example. Like I used to watch it religiously from start of Eccleston to about halfway through Matt Smith, and then I sort of like filtered out of Doctor Who. But yeah, it's very. My doctor is Tennant. So, anyone says anything bad about Tennant, you got me to deal with.
I don't think that'll ever be a concern. Nobody ever says anything. I mean, I love David Tennant. So he's for the new era. He's like the Tom Baker of the new era. Everybody loves him.
Yes, he is. That's true.
And I love
That's
Tom
true.
Baker's my favorite of all the doctors. But I mean, you got people even from both eras who like both eras. People who like both eras are very well disposed towards David. I don't think you'll ever hear that. I've never heard anyone who didn't like David Tennant. Maybe it's happened, but I don't know.
He was like the Pat Troughton of the new era, to be honest.
Yes, he's a lot like that.
He is, if you want to think of him like that, because if he hadn't been there and picked it up as he did, we probably wouldn't have any more Doctor Who. So
yeah. Well, he is, but also, is he sort of a Davison, sort of a Baker, because Matt Smith is also kind of like Patrick Troughton. He studied him when he got the role.
Yeah.
So he moves his hands around like him. Yeah, but you're right. He is kind of like a Pat Troughton. And I love him. I think he's fantastic. I think I've decided, and I'll probably mention, I'll go in detail about this next week when we do it, but I'm a big believer in personal headcanon, not accepting crap that corporations tell you have to accept. Just name all over it. So you don't have to accept slop from CBS and Marvel and DC and all this to tell you what. You can decide what Doctor Who you want to count and not count, which Star Trek you want to count and not count, as long as it's the right one. Somebody's got a kind of blowback noise on there who should know better. I mean, I'm just kidding. I know who it is. That's why I'm saying I'm being nice, everyone. I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you, dude. For me, Doctor Who ends with Matt Smith. I didn't like Time of the Doctor that much, but when he quote unquote supposedly regenerates at the end of that one, I think that the entity known as the Doctor ceases to exist, and as a being that takes its place, that tries to be the Doctor. I love Peter Capaldi as an actor. I hate the way his character was written. I really do.
Yeah,
agree.
He's nasty, unpleasant. The stories
I feel
were
that
bad.
Capaldi's Who. It's as if Doctor Who was suffering a midlife crisis, and with the guitars and the sunglasses. Well, he was blind,
right?
But he was just like he was trying to be too cool for an old. He was like the old guy in the bar full of young people.
He was.
That's a good explanation.
It's the writing, though, too.
Sounds like me.
He was basically.
I felt called out.
He was Malcolm Tucker without the cursing, is what he was.
Bright red phone box, go faster stripes. A couple of nice ladies in with him. Just call me Doc Who.
Yeah, the actor's fantastic, man. Once you'd have got a chance to play the role right. But he was he was nasty. Again, he was Malcolm Tucker without the cussing. If you're familiar with Malcolm Tucker, the character he played on In the Thick of It, who's dropping F-bombs all over the place, and he was hilarious. He's that. Somebody traveling on the road or something with wind.
I broke wind.
Oh my God.
You didn't have to announce that, but if you felt the need
I didn't.
to,
I wanted to joke. Just had the opportunity.
Too much information.
I didn't mean to be a stinker.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, anyway, so that will be next week. Everyone, let's see if it's wrong with my screenwriter today. Who we love.
Hey.
Only real doctors need apply.
Only real doctors need apply. Indeed.
Yep.
Yes. No chibi stuff.
I don't want to step in it by mentioning Lost, but I'm going to mention Lost for a second.
Must you?
Well,
let me go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. Desmond, the Time Lord. Okay. His character in Lost was the secret Tom Baker pastiche. I mean, it was Tom Baker's biography. He went to a seminary. He was a paratrooper, and and then he was a Time Lord. And so the secret history of Desmond Hume in Lost is actually it's literally Tom Baker's story. That's it. That's what I got to say.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool.
It's a nice that's a geeky Easter egg.
Okay. I do have to take your word for it though, because I'm one of the few that has never watched that show. and it was due to complete prejudice because it had certain initials on it that I think you're familiar with.
Oh, let me guess. JJ.
No. Hey, we don't call him JJ around. He's Jar Jar.
Jar Jar.
Jar Jar.
Misa, sorry.
Han was my favorite character.
You have to do that the whole show now. You have to do
Scarily
that.
accurate. Scarily accurate.
Yes, he's Jar Jar A-Holbrams.
That one.
Yeah.
Good one, Clobby.
I've been calling him that since. In fact, I don't want to brag, but I can't really prove it with the receipts at the moment on my hand. But the reason he's called that, I started it in 2008, even before that piece of shit movie came out in 2009. The Filth Wreck. I started on. They had this thing called what's it called? Trek Space, which is sort of like a Facebook for Star Trek fans of all sorts, and it was building up to that filth-infested, maggot-infested movie on its way. Which is true, by the way. By the way, let me point out, everyone, if you watched the Jar Jar Abrams 09 film, a couple, it doesn't, well, film, it's not more of a movie than a film. It's more of a flare than a film. Your eyes are, in fact, infested with maggots. They're called eye maggots. This is true. A lot of people don't know this.
Is that
More
an
than
Apple
one
brand?
viewing, anyone like 2 to 3 viewings or plus, your eyes are infested with maggots.
That's what was
Eye maggots. They're called eye maggots. A lot of people don't know this. And they probably get into your what they call the taste centers of your brain, and they ruin the more you watch it. And this is true. Look, you can laugh at me all you want, folks. I'm just telling you, this is science right here. The more you watch it, the worse taste you have, and the next thing you know, you'll be watching STD and pee hard. And then, hey, but you've been warned.
Puke hard.
And puke
Is
hard.
Picard
that
a
too.
replicant? He is, isn't he?
Yes. Now that was
no
there can be
question.
no dispute.
Boring.
Right. Cockney, that there can be no dispute on it because it showed it. You're right, and then he is one, and so are the Eternals, by the way.
I'm loving that I don't have to watch this movie and that I have everyone in the fellowship just to tell me what I'm missing.
I don't think anyone else here watched it. I don't think anyone else here watched it but me.
No, I was going to try to sit through it and force myself to do a review, and then I realized I love myself a little bit more than I did last year.
Yeah, I was watching my hair.
Self-love. Yep.
My self-loathing was the only thing that got me into the theater.
Man.
And
Self-loathing will take you a long way.
It will. I invented it, pretty much. I mean,
Okay, Al Gore.
For it.
But it's horrible, and but they are actually. I'm not even kidding. By the way, for those who don't know, spoiler alert: if you're going to watch the Eternals, then I don't know why you are. They are replicants, and I'm not even. That's not. They are really are. They are not in the Kirby origin, of course. Not the real deal. Hey, look at you, Latino. So there you are again, Paulie. Man, you know, come hang out one of these days, man. I was mean on your show last night when I talked about Sparkly Bat Boy. Oh, but I love him, man. Good to see you. But the Eternals are. You know what? You know
These names.
they are. Replicants, and did I tell you what happened to me the night I went to see the friggin' movie? Did anyone knows what happened? What Facebook did to me?
Oh, yeah, you got your post blocked.
Yes.
What? Are you serious?
It's a true story.
Do you ever go to the movie theater? I don't know if any of you in the other countries have this little Facebook feature where if you go watch a film. This is the first time I've been to a movie since a year ago, August, but you have a check-in little feature, and you can check in like I'm at so and so theater and watching this movie or that movie. And I always do it just for a goof, you know. I say, so friends can come on there and say, "The hell you doing watching that crap?" Or, "Hey, was it any good?" That's what it's for, you know. It's just for fun. And I did it, and all I wrote was because you can post something. I didn't post anything bad about the movie. I hadn't seen it yet. It was right before the movie. I just post I'm not proud ... and not hopeful, but here we go. Figuring that I know some friends were going to come on there and bust my chops, like, "Why are you watching that crap?" You know, the usual shit, which is fine. I deserve it. After the movie, no one got on there. It's unusual because people always come on there and give me crap over it. Mm-hmm. I was expecting a shitstorm. Nothing. It's kind of weird. Then the next day I checked again, nothing. But I forgot about it. The night we were on last Friday night when we were reviewing the movie with great Mark D with a C. Nicholas was on there with him. A good buddy J-Man and Sean, his friend. We were all reviewing the movie. And then I go to check something on my Facebook, and I got this message saying this Facebook post is unacceptable. It's something abusive against certain guidelines or whatever, and you could be suspended and maybe even kicked off of Facebook, something along those lines if you do stuff like this anymore.
What?
Yeah.
What in the hell?
Because it was like the presser. You didn't say the word diversity every 2 words.
But I didn't insult the movie. I did insult it later by calling it Eternals, and no one did anything. I mean, this is what I did. We made a Zamboni of it. I wrote.
Clobberin.
I survived doing the Marvel's Eternals, and all I got was this lousy T-shirt. I just said,
Wow.
They didn't do anything about that. But then 2 days ago, my friend Claude, he did the same. He went on there and he didn't say anything. He just wrote that he was watching Eternals. That's it. And he made some kind of crack, but it was nothing really about the movie. Boom. Same thing happened to him.
That is weird. That is just weird.
Friggin' Facebook. Screw off Facebook, bunch of babies.
Yeah.
Never been on it.
And this is for you, hungry boy. If you're out there, you made this for me.
Wonderful.
This is the Zamboni that is. Yeah, this is sweeping up all the crap like
love
John
it.
Drek and Yoo-hoo. Oh man,
Cloboni. Hashtag Cloboni.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's new to Raquel. I didn't know what a Zamboni was, so she told me we don't have hockey down here.
You don't have hockey down there. You got
No,
swamps.
we don't have
but you
ice. Yeah, we got swamps.
You don't play hockey.
Man of
Swamp.
Steel isn't written on there, so
Yeah, he
we
dropped
might
the
have a
ball on that one.
chance.
He dropped the ball on that one, but I got something for you.
Here we go. Bring it
Here we
on.
go.
Bring it up.
There we go.
This is Walter Conrad in the Clobberin Times newsroom. We have a breaking story. Breaking news: Man of Steel sucks donkeys.
I step away for 2 minutes and you've already triggered the man.
Man of Steel sucks.
Reporting from the chopper. I've seen stool fly up here in the
Later.
chopper. Film it.
Look, it's Ash. He likes to do. Oh, there's another one.
And another update we have here is from the Clobberin Times. Leslie sucks. Yes, I think it can truly be said that Leslie Kasha sucks donkeys.
Oh my
I
god.
have my own personal
Not just
trigger
donkey
banner
stuff.
on Clubby's channel.
Donkey balls.
Ashley Crusher. Oh
That's
my goodness, it's
extra.
wonderful.
Ash, please go back to Mr. J. Please.
What's up with you and the travelers?
October is over. I can't.
Puddin', I
October is
miss
over.
you.
Yes, you said we were
Wait
gonna
till
talk
next October.
astrophysics. This is
Yes.
all donkey balls.
Oh, there's one more Eternals thing that happened yesterday, and that thing I wrote I wrote a slight review, just a very tiny one, just saying that Eternals is a piece of dog crap. Not exactly in those terms. That was a lot not nicer actually. And some guy took that because I put that meme I got up there that has the Kirby's Eternals compared to the movie ones, saying Kirby's Eternals, and the next one with an X between the other one saying Disney's Vandalism. A guy put that on one of the Kirby groups of all places, the Jack Kirby group, and it triggered a bunch of babies bitching and moaning about it, all
course.
pissed off.
It's the internet.
The movie. If you're a Kirby fan and you think this thing has anything to do with Kirby, you can suck it off. You have no eyesight. You are
Did it
blind.
get you those views though?
You have eye maggots.
Yeah. Were there any Kirby pops? Any Kirby bubbles?
Not one Kirby
Jeez,
reference.
that sucks.
Not one. Except
Kirby
thing that-
Crackle, rather.
well, a lot of us Kirby fans are at least saying this is the first time he's ever been credited properly. In other words, because he created it without Stan Lee's stupid name near it. So that's something, I guess. But there's no Kirby anything in there whatsoever. The Comic Relief Crusader. Hello there, sir. See, Ash just likes to trigger me. He doesn't like he doesn't respect my blood pressure medicine.
Maybe he's in Big Pharma.
He is. Yeah. Hey, dude, well done.
He's like an assassin. He just knows how to slip in there and hit you right where it counts.
Yeah. See, everyone else has a really nice avatar. Raven has a nice dolphin. But no, Ash likes to put Man of Steel up there, perform at me, and Wussy Crusher.
It's time to come clean, guys. I'm secretly a talking robot pigeon from Russia.
You made her a bot.
Oh,
Ah,
now the truth comes out.
Yes, yes.
Oh my
You're
God.
the sense of the gulag.
Now, Retro, next week, you're going to have some Doctor Who show and tell for us? I mean, once you come up with some good stuff.
Oh,
And,
I've got tons of it. I can
Well,
dig loads of it.
Save it
Loads
for
of
the
it.
round table. We'll show a little bit of that.
Yeah. Sure.
But I tell you what, we have a gentleman here who has some cool stuff to show us. And his name is Eric.
hello. Y'all can call me Sully. That's what my friends call me.
And no one is even going to make fun of him for having Pikachu behind on his chair. And I want to make
Shouldn't.
that clear.
we
Nobody
love
makes
Whoa,
fun
whoa,
of him.
shouldn't.
No Pikachu hate.
He's
Leave Pokemon
electric.
out of this.
I didn't hate him. I said not to make fun of him for it.
Oh, okay, there we go.
We love Pikachu.
Cool. Better clear that.
I just wanted to be clear about that. I'm not picking on him at all for that.
First, we're going to start with one of my favorites here, the Oberth class Starship.
Nice.
Now, all of these Eagle Moss come with a magazine that has detailed specs and makings of. And these little ones, they're
That's the Grissom, right?
This is the Grissom herself, correct?
Cool.
Wow.
That's her number, and I can't really get this thing to focus
Nice,
like I
man.
want.
That's okay. That's
But
great.
it talks about the Chilkowski, it talks about the Phoenix, and it talks also about how there is no turbo lift between the saucer section and the
That
secondary
is crazy,
hull.
huh?
Yeah,
How did they
this
get
is-
there then?
That's
Beaming?
basically they presume in the Eagle Moss magazine that they presume that it's just an unmanned cargo hull, and that this literally is the cargo section, which takes up 2/3 of the secondary hull.
How do you get there? They're like little bitty shafts in the arms.
It's movie magic. Maybe it's the
They
same.
beam to it.
They have
Same-
shuttlecraft on that, right?
Like Lower Drex has the same problem on the Ceratos. You know what
That's
I mean?
right.
That's
Right. You
but,
can't get to the secondary hull.
but I loved seeing this because if we remember in Star Trek 3, this is literally the third new Starfleet vessel that we ever saw. I mean, we had the Constitution class in TOS.
Right.
We had the refit, and then by 2, we had the Miranda class and the Reliant.
Yep.
This is literally the third new design that we've ever seen of a Starfleet vessel. And I just loved the design. I was so
It's a
sad to see
beautiful
her
ship.
go. It's a
Oh, yeah,
beautiful ship.
Klingons blew it out of the sky pretty quickly, didn't they? But,
Yeah, Comic Relief Crusader brings up my next answer. They just used the transporter to bring cargo from one end of the ship to the other.
I guess that's all he
Here.
could do. Yeah.
Here we have
Yeah.
the Stargazer.
Stargazer.
I loved seeing this model in Jean-Luc Picard's office. Every episode that we could see it. I loved the 4 nacelles. It just seemed like overkill.
It does seem like over. I mean, why would it need? Well, I guess it's a huge hull, considering
Yeah.
that wouldn't matter really, would it? I don't know.
They-
I'm not
Also
sure, but-
maneuvering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And
Picard called the ship underpowered.
really? Huh.
Yes, he told Scotty that in the episode.
Oh,
Remember Scotty episode?
Legends.
Relics.
Yeah,
Relics. Yeah. And so in the making of in the part of the magazine, the model maker took 2 existing hulls, saucer sections, and put them one on top of each other. That's why we have the bridge appearance on both sides, and that's why it looked extra thick. And so basically, the presumption is the 4 nacelles were for because it's a deep space exploration vessel. So
Yeah.
what if you were stuck without power all the way out
Pretty
there?
cool, though. I like it.
And
These are, by the way, these are Eagle Moss
these are Eagle Moss.
figures, right? Those are nice, man. There you go.
Correct. I'll do 2 more,
Yeah.
just 2 more, so we can just
No, you can show them all, dude. Or
I will show them all. Okay.
Oh
This
yeah.
is not just
Yeah.
any old Defiant. This is the ISS Defiant
Oh my!
nice.
Wow.
from the Mirror
Dude.
Universe.
Wow, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
wow.
mean, this one I was so because the other USS Defiance out of print. It's hard to find. I got this at normal price. I got these all on Amazon. They're all about $30 each,
Nice.
and
Wow,
it's a
that's cool.
great price. They do make an extra large version. I'm going to invest in an XL version of the TOS and the A because I just love that. That was perfection.
Yeah, tough little
And
ship. Good
it's a
reference there, Jill.
little.
Little.
And let's see. This Here we go.
Oh, that is
Enterprise
Yep.
C.
Oh,
The Ambassador
sweet.
class
Nice.
Enterprise C, captained by Rachel Garrett in the yesterday's Enterprise, which Clobby and Rock covered 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, love
And
it.
one of the best episodes of TNG. I loved the design of her. I mean, and what my favorite things about the Eagle Moss, if you can notice that the transparencies on the nacelles, they're clear blue and clear red parts. Now, when I had them in my windowsill, they would basically glow with whatever light source would be behind it. And it's just a really, really nice model. Like I said, they're reasonably priced. These are about $30 each. They come with a stand. Each one comes with a specific stand, and which have denotes which one they are as well.
Wow, you got Terak Nor back there.
I got Terak Nor back here.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
There's an XL version of her
my
as well. But yes, we have Deep
Yep.
Space Nine.
There she
Wonderful.
is.
The one thing that they're
Love
not
it.
they're
Nice.
not in scale to each other, which doesn't matter. It doesn't matter one bit.
No, it doesn't.
But this is this one did not come with a stand.
Really?
She's her own stand.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I got you.
Basically,
Yeah.
she's her
That
own
makes sense.
stand.
Yeah.
And and they come, each one comes with a magazine
That's
that
damn
just
cool.
has like just really good production notes and in universe specs, which is really, really cool.
They make some good superhero figures as well. I have some of them.
Yeah, I've definitely been eyeballing the Battlestar Eagle Moss stuff for a while. I haven't pulled the trigger on any of it, but I've definitely been eyeing it.
It's a
Yeah,
rabbit
they-
hole, dude. I mean, they got
it's
some
a
really
rabbit
good
hole.
ones.
Now, this is my least. I'll say this is my least favorite, and I don't have, and it's not that I dislike her. It's just she doesn't seem as detailed as the rest. But here's the Enterprise E.
Surprising.
Yes,
Nice.
indeed. She just, I just,
I do
Maybe-
like that ship, though.
I love the
I
ship.
kind of like
and
it better than D, to be honest. I know I'm weird.
Yeah.
love it to this. Well, the D took forever for me to grow on. It just,
Yeah.
But now I find her really
Pull it off.
pleasing.
LT,
And,
buddy, what's
hey,
up?
LT.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
it's maybe it's the lack of the neck. It's like
Well,
the old
yeah, I have
Steve
a buddy of
Martin
mine.
joke.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine is. We used to argue about that because he says I hate it because it doesn't have a connect. It doesn't have two parts. It doesn't have a connecting net to from primary hull, or it's really just one hull.
Yeah, it just.
But I like that. I think it looks cool. I always like that one.
Let's see.
Hello, Shane. Good to see you there.
Now this one I got specifically
NX.
the NX-01 because I went and bought the entire Enterprise series. I took Clobby and Rock's advice. I am going to watch the entire series. So
Cool.
the only thing I'm waiting on is my DVD box set of Deep Space Nine, which is on its way. When that comes in the mail,
Nice.
I'll have
Nice.
everything.
Excellent.
Cool.
Oh, excellent, man.
Oh,
I
you
just
will
got-
enjoy it.
Oh wow! And just
Oh, you will.
I watched the animated series last year over lockdown, and I just
Oh,
I
nice.
grew up on that. I love the theme music. I thought every one of those episodes is just a bona fide real episode. That's season 4 to me.
Right.
It's just
Absolutely.
and I just I know there are problems with it and its limitations, but I just see right through them. I just love
Oh,
just
sure.
everything
Loved it.
about it. But Enterprise is the show I'm least familiar with. And it came at a time where I had a girlfriend and I had a job and I wasn't home a lot. So I've seen probably only about a dozen episodes of this. And I'm going to look forward to catching
I
up
love
on
it.
this great series.
Eric
Skip
K, great
season
to see you,
3.
brother.
Eric
Great
K.
to see.
Hey, Eric K.
I don't agree with
Ooh.
skipping any season, buddy. I love this. I'm one of the weirdos that only has defended it from day one. Even like the first 2 seasons, which everyone dumps all over. It has its faults. I agree with a lot of the criticisms that it probably shouldn't have been made because a prequel was not the best idea. I'm not a fan of prequels much, but still, I have to give credit where credit's due. I love the characters, and I think they have a lot of great stories. Even though you could say it's kind of canon busting, you have to make some leaps to fit it in.
Hi,
Go
Eric K. And somebody cue the James Horner music. Here she is. Let them eat static. Yes, herself, the Miranda class Reliant. This was the
Love it.
this was the second ship, Starfleet vessel that we've of a unique design that we saw. I mean, before that, it was just the Constitution classes. We saw several Constitution classes in the TOS. We saw the refit and motion picture, and then we get this ship, and then we get that famous space battle.
No.
You know, oh,
Yeah.
man, I love this ship. I'm so glad it did not have these as a child. That I waited for adulthood to have these. These just such a great thing. And then we saw her,
Adulthood. Adulthood. I've heard of that. Yeah.
and we saw this again. We saw her again, or another Miranda class in Star Trek IV when the giant cigar passed by her. It devoured.
Yes. The Saratoga.
The Saratoga. Indeed. Here's a good one. I love this vessel.
You like
I love
the
Voyager. Yeah, I love because I love the way that the nacelles could move up and down, and I love that it could planet fall and land. I thought that was an interesting design part, you know.
Do the nacelles do it on that one?
No, they don't. They're static, but still, it's just these are die cast. They're really, really well designed and just very
nice,
very finely detailed.
Are they metal or resin?
They're I think they're resin. Yeah, you can hear that.
Yeah,
I don't believe that they're die cast itself, but it's like it was a cat. You know, the die was cast right and filled with resin and colored perfectly. These things are just great. I mean, they're just a great addition for any Trek fan.
Love it.
And let's see, I've got all my enterprises, all the real enterprises that matter. I've got
all
the
real
seven
deal.
all the real deal. That's the Enterprise B, captained by Jonathan Harriman, and it's just a little different than the regular Excelsior with its the little bevel on the secondary hull there. And I was going to get Excelsior, but I felt that I've already got the Enterprise B.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Why not? It's better.
Yeah.
It's got a better name. The Excelsior is captained by Stan Lee.
So let's see. And this one here, just like this one warms my heart. She warms my heart just to have. I just imagine her on a chain and over a candle.
Yes.
Oh man. I grew up a foot away from the television, like most of us did, and this show, this in Space 1999 defined my upbringing. And speaking of Space 1999, it's on Amazon Prime for free with ads, and I've been catching up on that show.
Cool.
And like the one I watched last night had Peter Cushing in it. I'm like,
that's right.
Yeah. And it's good. Like you had Roy Batrice and Christopher Lee in the same episode.
Wow. Monkey Jeebus, Matt G. Good to see you, Matt G. But Roy Batrice. It's a shame he didn't do the second season of that. But Patrick Troughton was in an episode.
Yeah.
Let's see.
What you got there, dude?
Let's bring out the D.
The bronze server, the great Eric K.
Hello, Eric K. I hope you're feeling better, Eric K. Of the bestest first name ever.
Yes.
And we have the D. Yeah, this one took forever for me to grow on.
Does it separate?
No, it doesn't. But like I said about the transparencies on the nacelles,
right?
They glow behind the light source.
Did you have that first play-based version, the die-cast one that did separate?
Oh no,
in the 80s.
I've got that.
Yeah, I had that one.
Let's see.
You couldn't resist separating it all the time when you're messing around with it.
I noticed he's got the Eagle from Space 1999 and what looks like the battleship Yamato up there as well.
That is. Nice. I don't want to move Yamato because she's wow, that was $400. And that's a soul. Wow. That's a soul of Chigogan. It has season 1 of Black Tigers in black and yellow, and they're so tiny.
Damn, dude.
And I believe that.
It's got the season 2 Cosmo Tigers, and it has Derek's Zero fighter. It's got Dr. Sane's medical ship, and that cool little like Nova's ship, the little shuttlecraft one, that they landed on Iskandar with. Like that is so cool. And the Space 99 Eagle One there are 3 different kinds by Eagle Moss that's just been released, and I pre-ordered that, and that was I had the super large version when I was a kid. It was metal. It had a detachable capsule and a detachable thruster that you can make a little shuttlecraft with. It came with 3 action figures, and it had a working winch in the middle as well. And does anyone remember that toy, Dickie? You remember?
Oh God, I remember stuff like that. I had the dinky one, the actual box dinky.
I think I remember that and the UFO ships.
Yeah,
UFO
the interceptors. Yeah, the
yeah.
interceptors. Yeah, cool. Oh, brilliant.
Eagle Moss needs to get a studio.
I believe the price of that Yamato because this model kit, when it went out of print, the price of all of the Mobius model kits went up by a factor of at least 4. So this model cost me probably $250 to get off eBay because it was the only place you could get it. I have all of the model kits except for there's an expansion pack for the Raptor kit that I don't want to get because I would have to get another Raptor. But finding any of those is next to impossible now. So and that's why I've been looking at the Eagle Moss stuff for Battlestar. It's a smaller scale, but it's just from looking at what Eric just showed, the quality is really good.
Yeah, I mean, I do have my top shelf, which you can't see. I've got the Mark II Viper. I've got the Mark I original Viper, which is that's my childhood right there. I got the original Cylon. There we go. Yeah, that marked and the modern Viper itself too. They have the Mark VII Viper, which I'm not impressed with. It's a beautiful ship. It's just not my cup of tea. And I loved the Pegasus you have, especially with the upside down launch bays. I mean, because that just works in space. I mean, that's a great design.
And then we've got the granddaddy herself.
Hello.
Nice.
I've
been assembled, or did you have to do them?
All of mine are model kits I had to build and paint. So these are all hand painted and airbrushed.
I love Brightest Days Gunpla.
Hang on, Brightest. Let me get you a solo there. So
nice.
Y'all look at that thing of beauty.
Wow.
Yes, it is.
And I have and I'll pick it up here in a second, the 1978 Cylon Base Star that I just slashed together. I haven't done any of the work on that yet. Our good friend Mark D with a C is I tasked him with 3D printing me the newer Base Star to go with it because that model kit actually doesn't exist.
Wow.
Nice.
Like you cannot get a newer Base Star. Like there were some third-party resin prints you could get, but hey, can you print this for me at this scale? And he's like, yeah, he can almost get it exactly the same scale as the 2 Battle Stars.
That's so cool. That is so cool.
And then I've got the Raptor and a couple other things down there, but it's really hard to find that stuff now. And I kind of worry if they get to make this new series, what they're going to come up with, if it's going to be any good.
Yeah.
I hope that dies in production hell.
That's
seriously.
always the concern.
Likewise.
Hey there, Sir John. Good to see you, man. And Shane Nolan. Hey there. Well, Brightest, just keep. Hey, PJ, maybe good to see you, buddy. Just remember, it's 2021, so have no faith.
Exactly. It's better.
Basically.
But you know that. You know you can't. If something squeezes through the cracks, it turns out to be good these days. It's almost like a miracle now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
speaking of. Did anyone see Dune?
I'm sure everyone's
like it.
Yes.
I will when it comes out. I haven't seen it yet.
It's out.
Yeah.
No, I mean, what out?
On
really?
DVD and Blu-ray?
Yes, it's on HBO Max.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just don't tell them.
I was trying to get it up close, but the green screen doesn't like it.
There you go. Oh, cool. Don't tell everyone you watch it on. If you watch it on TV, don't tell anyone because I got people like, oh, don't you got to go to the theater to see it, or you can't watch it, or something. I don't know.
Well, they can buy me a ticket. They can pay for my ticket. Is all I'm saying. Otherwise, no TV for me. Oh my God! I love the Cylon Raiders. I love them. I think they're so beautiful. Look at that shape. They're gorgeous. I'm just fangirling over here. That's so
I
gorgeous.
haven't found the 78 Raider yet in terms of a model kit. I would have to go hunting for that.
I had,
Yeah.
man,
There's an Eagle
mine
Moss.
got all busted up, but I had the 78 Raider.
There is
Now,
an
if
Eagle
you
Moss
mean-
for that. I got that one.
Yeah, but I'm a model kit though.
Yes, you
Yeah,
are. I
had
love
the
it.
model kit. And any of you seen Retro Blasting's video about the guy who did the 3D prints of the original Galactica Viper and
Yes.
Raider?
Yeah, that was beautiful. Oh, hello.
Whoa.
Those were just amazing.
Is that a
His
die
turn.
cast from the original 79 Kenner?
Where, who, how,
Captain
what, when?
Cockney Spuck? Is that a
Oh, dude.
No,
Hang
you've got to
on.
have a range of ships in your collection, I find. So I've got the Millennium Falcon. That's the modern edition. Do note it's the round
Nice.
dish for the geeks out there.
Nice.
No, that rectangular.
none of
Yes,
that
real
rectangular
deal.
J bollocks. But then if you want to go all the way back, you've got the 1978.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking
Thank
about.
you.
Die cast.
Maybe
I love
this
it.
is the one I used to have in 1978. Who knows? And then
Yep.
the silver 1997. Thank you,
Oh,
Leilani.
silver. Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
limited edition. But they're real nerds. Geeks. I mean,
Yeah.
geeks, not nerds. That's different. That's IT. Different
Right,
department.
Yeah.
But
They
yes,
should
the
be
most
scientific,
important
too.
collection, you've got to have your Millennium Falcon, your Millennium Falcon, and your
And
Millennium
your
Falcon.
Millennium Falcon.
But we'll have none of that rectangular dish nonsense here.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes,
Hell
definitely.
yeah, buddy.
The real deal.
Yep.
Man, I want that hat so bad. I can't even say. Man, I'm stealing. One day I would steal that hat. Oh, cool. You know what that vehicle that you just held up does, don't you?
It-
I mean the blue one.
Oh, this thing.
Yeah. I'm just
It's
saying.
stuck as a police box.
You know
I
what
keep
it's
trying
for.
to change it so it blends into the background, but no. So I have to change
chameleon
everything else
circuit.
to make it look like Victorian London.
Yes, your chameleon circuit is broken. Remember when he
It's
tried to fix
busted,
it?
sir. The chameleon,
Yes.
I can't even say it. The chameleon circuit is pining for the fjords. It isn't.
Pining for the fjords. You said
Pining
he
for the
was.
fjords.
You said he was naked from having a gigantic squawk.
Run down
was
the curtain
perfectly
and
functional
join
when I
the
tasted
meeting
it.
while invisible.
Mm.
Yes. This is an ex-TARDIS. Yes. The yeah, that was remember the episode Attack of the Cybermen where he was he thought he was trying to fix it. Back when that was announced, everyone thought, "Oh my God, they're getting rid of the police box. He's going to change it." This is 1984 or 5. People are worried about it because of an episode, the first, really a second episode, Colin Baker, he was messing with the chameleon circuit and it did change a few times.
Mm.
People thought, "Oh no, they're going to change it," but they
They
didn't.
can't change it. Don't change it.
No.
What's that?
They will
Klingon
now,
on the
though.
starboard bow.
Oh, it's a Colonial One.
This is the Colonial
Klingon
one.
on the
Yep.
starboard bow.
beautiful.
God, these
Nice.
are so good, y'all.
The decals on this model kit are absolutely terrible, and I'll say that publicly. Like these detail pieces here, they don't line up when you reach the back. I had to paint all that in.
Oh no.
Nice.
Well,
Other
it
than
looks
that, it's a
good.
nice
It
kit.
looks good from here.
Oh, nice. Brightest day. I just purchased my first Gunpla,
Nice.
and it's a level 1 for dummies, but still. Oh, hello.
I got a few today.
Nice.
Whoa.
It's my favorite Gundam, and I'm
Magic.
looking forward to
Magic.
putting her together.
Speaking of
Well,
Gundams, where you
welcome to
at,
the problem.
Ironcaster? Yeah.
Welcome to Gunpla.
Where you at there? Ironcaster must be busy. He's our Gundam.
Hello.
No,
He was in the chat.
Oh, okay. He's probably busy. He'll be here. Look at old PJ Maybe. That dude's got the coolest Judge Dredd helmet. I've noticed. Well, anyone else got anything they want to show and tell?
How long you got?
How long you got?
You got more, dude. Look, we like seeing that kind of stuff, man. Because no one could compete with Mark C.
Hello.
This is everything I
Oh
built
my
thus far.
gosh.
Oh, there you
Wow.
go. We've never seen these before.
Nice.
It's all this is most of
my.
the stuff I built on stream.
Mhm.
I've had to rearrange my house, so it's just kind of off in the corner now. But this is my collection thus far.
Gosh, you have so many
So
nice
good.
toys.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I love the lantern. That's a great battery.
And I can't hold my arm much anyway.
Is that the Fallout 4 Pip-Boy at the top there?
Yeah, so actually, that is from Spirit Halloween, of all places.
Oh, wow.
I found that a few years ago, and it was like $25, $30. And I'm like, none of it moves, and it's got one of those screens where it changes the image based on the angle you look at it. But
okay.
the overall shape and the quality is really good for the price. So I was like, yeah, I'll buy that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nice. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. What
Nerd
hey there?
envy.
Yes, yeah. Or Geek. Did you just make a foul?
I'm actually reading Shane Nolan said nerd envy on the chat. I was
Oh, okay.
like,
All right.
that's
So
it.
we'll have to blame it on Shane. Because we could do a lecture on nerds, nerd versus geek. But
I've been educated. I had a learning moment from Raquel Briggs.
Raquel did that for us.
Yes. There was a
Key
real learning
difference.
moment.
Yes.
So the learning moments that we get from social media, the real ones.
Yes.
Yes. And anyone who misuses that term around here, just kidding, Shane.
Doesn't matter. Nerd, geek, same thing.
Get Mr. Umbrella term in the corner. Humans, Vulcans are all the same to me. Umbrella, parasol, brolly,
Vulcan, Romulan,
whatever.
same thing.
Screwdriver, whatever.
So the real question is, where did dweebs fit in?
Nowhere.
Done or whatever. Take them
Nowhere.
alive. Kill them all.
I like Endorians because they're horny.
Well, because I used the term geek today, and I had to check myself. I had to check myself because of Raquel's nerd and geek, and I had to make sure I was using geek properly. I mean, she's got a lot of pull, and it reaches all the way from wherever she is. Let me tell you.
She had a chart on here one day.
Yeah,
I need it. I forgot. I'm going to get the chart from her next time I talk to her, so I can put it up every now and then.
Further to that,
yes.
A period movie is not the same thing as a historical movie. I'm just saying there is a difference.
Yes. I mean, there's a question about that?
I mean,
One has more
in the
cleanup.
past, but if you have to film it in the present, or if it's fitting, if you film it in the present, if it's set in the future, or like Blade Runner, it was set in the future, but then the future became the past because time kept passing. But anyway, there's no time travel in Blade Runner. That's all that matters. Speaking of Blade Runner, do you think Deckard? No, it's moving on. Doesn't matter.
No, go ahead. We'll do it. We'll do that. We'll take
Nothing.
that
La. Umbrella term.
Would that make it an outro?
As a Christmas present to Cockney, I'm going to watch that movie before Christmas, and I'm going to make the decision for everyone in the universe.
You've got the final vote, Clobby. It's between Burnett and Doomcock cannot agree. We can't make them play together, and so Clobby, you've got the final vote. Doomcock says, he
says, that's right. He says replicant.
Sorry, Doomcock. Sorry,
Doomcock.
Doomcock says replicant. Burnett says human. Gary says you shouldn't answer the question. Critical Drinker says you can't answer the question. Replicant. So there's 4 people. It's a Mexican standoff. So Clobby, 40 years, 39 and a half years. You've got the vote. No pressure. Settle the internet. Everyone in the chat, everyone on the panel, they all got an opinion. Oh, he's a replicant. He's a human. My favourite answer, shout out Dalek451, who has the new official answer. I said, Dalek, is Deckard a replicant? His official answer is Cockney. I don't know. I don't care. I haven't seen the movie. I'm not going to see the movie. I was, but you keep going on about it every fucking day on your show. I don't give 2 flying fucks for the Deckard. I think he's a banana. I do not care.
He's a banana.
That is a new answer. That's frank and it's valid.
I think I'd like that. I like that. Cockney, I like that answer. I might just adopt it myself. You don't give a shit. But I will because what's more shocking than him saying he's never seen it is
What's
me
that?
Because I'm older than all 4 of those guys you named combined. Burnett and Doomcock and Gary and Critic. I'm older than all those guys. I only saw it one time in the theater in 1982. And when you tell someone like that, you may as well tell them you're a serial killer. It's like,
but you have seen it.
You're the worst Blade Runner. If you've seen it, if you haven't seen it, they might go, well, you might not be old enough, whatever. If you that old, as old like me, and you have only seen it the one time, then what does it matter? You don't like Blade Runner? I didn't say that. I just said I only saw it the one time.
But you seen the original with the voiceover, and then
yes,
almost 40 years ago. Now you're going to see the director's cut without the voiceover. And if you like that, there's always the final cut. Don't get me started on the work print, because the version can affect the answer. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Not now.
Yes, I'm gonna. You know what though? The one I'm leaning towards, without having going back to see it yet, though, actually is kind of Gary. I'm like, it's sort of like The Prisoner. You're not supposed to know. It's a question. It's not an answer. That's what I like. That's what I think.
Well, because Drinker said it's got a vague ending, and Escher will tell you I had to make it more complicated. So you got the deliberately vague ending, the accidentally vague ending, the deliberately specific ending, and the accidentally specific ending. It's all right. We'll let later on. But Blade Runner is accidentally vague. That's the thing. It's meant to have it. Because the thing is, with The Prisoner, in fact, Clobber, you pointed it out, with The Prisoner, cigarettes are great for you kids. I recommend Marlboros. No, the thing is, right, don't inhale. The thing is, the Prisoner, you squared the circle, Clobber. You should have your own channel. You know stuff. The Prisoner is not meant to be answered. It's deliberately vague. And although we're all fascinated, we're all making shows about The Prisoner. Check out I Am Not a Number with Cardinal Sin every week, and sometimes me. Anyway, moving on. But I'm not a number. It's a vague. We're not actually discussing. We don't spend time 40 years, 60 years discussing what is the meaning of the ending, because there is no answer. And the point is, because it's vague, there is no answer. But with Blade Runner, there is an answer, but no one knows what it is. But everyone thinks they do, and that's why it's uniquely fascinating. It's accidentally vague. And so, with all due respect, Critical Drinker, a nice guy, up and coming channel, bit of a novelist, give him some support. Come on, you know what I mean? Come on, support your local channels. But the poor guy, he doesn't understand plot structure or movies or novel or anything. He's trying, you know what I mean? He probably can't just drink either. But anyway,
he certainly couldn't carry a series or anything.
I know, right? And that hair, but that's not important. It's the vague ending. It's not meant to be vague. It just fell over and became. Oh, look, I'm vague. I didn't mean to be vague. There is an answer, so.
He isn't even that handsome. He's like a 9 out of 10 at best.
But see, what you were just saying about The Prisoner has not stopped people for 50 years arguing about The Prisoner, about what they think the ending is. So it's not just Blade Runner. This has happened with The Prisoner forever. And McGowan would not talk. And he wouldn't give any answers to the day he died. And, people there have been college courses. There have been arguments in universities, not just fandoms, but fandom as well. And so many people have drawn their own conclusions and make up their own endings. And our good buddy Doomcock, hail to Doomcock, he's a good friend. I love him. He not only has this very definitive answer for him about Blade Runner, he's also says he knows the answer to The Prisoner, but he's not going to tell anyone until he writes a book or whatever. And I'm saying, Doomcock, dude, bring it on. I'm there for you. I'm gonna have to see this. I want this book. I want to talk to you, but I firmly believe on The Prisoner. I'm no expert on the Blade Runner, of course, but I'm no expert on The Prisoner either. I just know it. I've watched it for the past 40 years, maybe 40,000 times all the way through. But I'll just say this: you're not meant to know, because McGowan, if he knew, he took it to his grave. And people always write in their own what they think it is, and that's perfectly fine. That's what he wanted you to do. He wanted you to talk about it. And it was about The Prisoner is never about an answer. It's about questions. The whole show is a question.
Right.
I don't know if that's true about Blade Runner. I don't think it is.
No, it isn't.
We're not talking about a Patrick McGowan with Blade Runner. Right. We're not talking about Patrick McGowan. This Blade Runner is, like you said, it's very different from The Prisoner. Prisoner was supposed to make you wonder. The Blade Runner was supposed to entertain you and definitely make me thoughtful. It's brilliant, obviously, but it's not the same thing.
It goes into those circles of head canon versus intended canon, and then as Esh has pointed out, it is a work of fiction. I can't even say the word. It is a work of fiction. Yes, I admit it. But within that, but then we get into the whole thing of suspension of disbelief. And when I'm watching a movie, once I've suspended that disbelief, that is the central promise, the central premise of all cinema, all comic books, all fiction, but especially comic books and cinema. When I'm watching a movie, that is a documentary. which is why I cannot stand the trope of the filming of the unreliable narrator. And that is why, objectively, The Last Jedi and The Usual Suspects are the 2 worst films ever made. But again, no time now. I'm just planting seeds. Maybe next week. But...
You know, The Last Jedi, it's funny you mentioned that, Decker, but I used to call you Decker because but now you're Cockney. All right, look. The Last Jedi had a record that I never thought would be broken, a personal record for me. It was broken last Thursday night. Not to say too much back far to Eternals, but The Last Jedi pissed me off quicker than any movie ever in the history of I've ever seen. Any movie in my own personal history, put it like that.
Right.
Until the Eternals. I
broke the record.
Granted, I went in with a prejudice. True.
No.
I know you're shocked. But
Well,
still, you can win. I've been won over with. I'm going with prejudice before I've been won over. So you never know. I went and I decided, okay, I'm not going to hold it to, completely the Kirby standards, but I would like to see some Kirby influence in there. The Last Jedi, as you know, we get an opening crawl like with all movies that like purport to be Star Wars that aren't. And how quick was it? Someone refreshed me because I only saw it the one time in the theater, and I did not go on a mass murder spree right there in the theater, though I thought about it.
Luke died of tiredness.
Right. She walks up to him. Right. What's her face? Rey hands him the lightsaber at the beginning right? The very beginning. Am I right? Am I remembering it correctly?
Yep.
That he throws it over his shoulder. That was what I was ready to. I don't know how I survived it. If there had been somebody sitting in the seat in front of me, I might have beat the crap out of the seat. I would have kicked it. I was from there. It's just to say downhill doesn't even completely cover it. Well, that record has been broken because at least you had an opening crawl with that movie. I mean, it was, I already hated The Force Awakens, so I'm going, how bad can this be? In fact, I even thought maybe it can't be as bad as. I don't think it can be as bad as The Force Awakens. Boy, did I get.
What do you think of The Last Jedi? Well, I like the title. After that, it was downhill real quick.
And that title was reused from an old Marvel comic. But anyway, so here we get the Eternals. There's a black screen, and your first little bitty words come on, and the first words that are words in the English language said, "You mother." Immediately, and again, I should have taken a picture of the verbatim. Because I was too blinded with rage to go, all right, okay, this movie's over. It basically explained their premise of this movie, which is nothing to do with the original premise. And Neil Gaiman they adapted some of Neil Gaiman's stupid retcon of it in the 2000s. It wasn't even that. It was just completely nothing to do with Kirby's origin. Zero. Because those who know, and we reviewed the Kirby comic last week, basically the Celestials come to Earth and take the primates and evolve them and create 3 different distinct races: humans, deviants, which were accidents, and of course the Eternals, which were all had powers. And there were 3 automatically they came. The first 2 sentences, I think it took 2 sentences for this to tell us that that's not what happened, and that's not what the Celestials are. And from there, it was just like I stayed pissed off the whole time, and it got worse. And it's a bad movie anyway. Even if I didn't know any of this crap, it's just bad. It's bland characters. No one's interesting. But hey, I'm sorry. Diversity,
inclusion.
Diversity.
Inclusion. Inclusion.
Diversity. Inclusion. Diversity.
Inclusion.
Diversity and delusion.
Diversity.
Delusion.
It's an inverse delusion.
No,
what I see too is just this. Okay, so humanity's there to basically feed the gestating a celestial that is waiting to be hatched. It just sounds like a ripoff of H.G. Wells' The Time Machine. It sounds like the Morlocks who feed off the Eloi. It's just like we've been there, done that. It's
similar, yeah, but they're basically there. In other words, there's no Olympia. There's nothing to do with the Inca gods. There's nothing to do with chariots of the gods like Kirby intended. Mm-hmm. Kiwi Chow, Roll Tide. Hello there. That's an insincere Roll Tide because you guys rolled my LSU. But it's still there. MJ1 Media, hello there. let's see here. They change. Well, what am I saying? It would take 5 hours to name all the things they changed, and I've already done that anyway. Point being, it starts out with a dumbass excuse for an origin that makes no sense. That we find out later in the film that they're definitely they are replicants. They really are. So I mean, there's not even there's no
not
argument
even a question. What the hell?
Question. And I'm going, wait, if they're replicants, I have a few questions then. Why would they
have they ever retired a human by mistake?
That too. How about why would these extraordinary space gods create super beings to protect humans from monsters that they didn't they didn't create them, which is also stupid. These silly monsters, and give them handicaps and stuff. Like they're all supposed to have the same powers, but they didn't do that either. But why, for example, would any of them be? Why would a perfect being, a perfect synthetic being that is programmable? They're robots, basically. They're automatons. Why would they have? I know that you make them to blend in with people, so that's fine. The diversity thing really actually. Okay, you made it where they can blend in with humans. I get that part. But why would one of them be deaf? Forget the fact that that's a gender swap character that has super speed. Why would they possibly have a handicap? Why would one of them be overweight? Why would they have any sexuality at all, gay or straight? Why? They're just there to defend against the stupid monsters and progress humanity to get to a certain point of the population so they can burn the planet and birth a celestial. That's a stupid plot, by the way, for those who don't know.
Spoilers.
It's moronic. Oh, yeah. Spoilers. Now, this movie comes pre-spoiled.
Aww.
8 out of 10 overall. 9 out of 10, Clobby.
It's a 0 minus 0 out of 10.
Boom.
Oh, 0.
Ooh.
Break out the Clobberin.
And bad enough when you have Salma Hayek. When you waste Salma Hayek in a movie, that's unforgivable. She's barely there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a piece of dog crap. And
I guess you could make a case for the deaf character and say the shockwaves from the supersonic speeds could have blasted out her eardrums.
From being faster than the Flash, of course.
Yeah,
No,
even from a logistical standpoint.
Here's the thing.
Flash.
Well, here's the thing there, Ash. They don't give you an explanation. In other words, it would still be stupid, but I actually don't disagree with your point that if you explain it, okay, but this is typical mystery box bullshit writing where they don't even tell you why is this super being with super speed? Why is a handicap? Why is Gilgamesh? Well, never mind. I won't go there. But why is an Eternal who lives thousands of years overweight, for example?
Look, your ears are key to your equilibrium. So to have that disability and then try to keep your balance while you're running faster than the Flash is just antithetical to the quirks of the character anyway. I don't even have to know anything about the Eternals to know that. Right.
But the point is, it just makes no sense that they would create. In other words, they created this character that way because gender swapped to a woman. So it's not like they said, oh, something happened to cause a defect in this perfect synthesoid being. So yeah, but you're right. You're absolutely right to stay. But the fact is, but Ash at least makes the point that if you're going to do something, I don't know if you mean to make this point this way, but if you're going to do something, explain it because it does make no sense. And of course, they ruin the deviants. They're not characters; they're just monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. I get all that movie drives me crazy.
And the original character wasn't deaf.
No, and he was also a man, but yeah. But that's of course he was a white man. So
that's going around these days.
No. And he was not only he's Mercury. These characters they formed.
He's Freddie Mercury.
Yes, he's Mercury.
I want to break free.
Okay, he's Hermes then.
The real comic book.
Dun, 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 Flash.
Yeah.
All I hear is Radio Eternal.
Well, because this movie Eternal is so far removed from the source material, could it be a case of this is only for and serving for MCU and modern cinema, and it's a case of almost all the source material has kind of been decanonized, kind of like the Star Wars extended universe, but they just haven't publicly said because they want to create their own new characters, their own new thing, and take the bits they want from the old stuff.
Right, that's absolutely right, Ash. In fact, again, to try to be fair to some extent, in Kirby's original 19-issue and one annual run, 20 whole comics, he did not want Kirby didn't want them to be a part of the Marvel universe. Marvel did that. Later, they kept asking him to shoehorn Marvel stuff in there, and he did it, and he cheated. They had put the Hulk in there. Well, he makes him a robot, not the real Hulk. He didn't like that. It wasn't until after he left, they came back. Roy Thomas came back and put him in Thor, and he put the Eternals in Thor, and then he put them into the Marvel universe. They were never a really perfect fit in there either, in the comics, to be honest. And again, this movie really shouldn't have been made. No one knows who they are. I mean, I went back and I had so much fun and loved deep diving on that Kirby run. And it was so great going back after 40-something years. I loved it way much more than I did before. And it was great to do that, but I still don't think it should have been a movie. But if you are going to make a movie and you is trying to get some pieces of that Kirby, especially the visual aspect of it, if nothing else, and at least some of the story, because there's so many amazing, grandiose ideas in that comic. That it could have made for a really, surprisingly entertaining movie that may have gotten people interested in those characters, but you have to write good characters to do that. They're not. These characters are flat. They're staggeringly uninteresting. You just sit there and the colors of this movie, this palette looks like Hack Snyder showed up to help her film this crap.
Hack Snyder.
Yes, I hate him.
I've been calling him Prozac Snyder.
So that's the other thing too, and you go into how non-memorable these characters are. I have yet to be able to hear one person list them off by name back to back to back without having to look it up. And they even tried to color code these characters, and 3 of them are blue, so they can't even do that right.
That's right. That's absolutely right. It's a good point there. Nobody outside of someone who's read the comics and stuff can name them, and even people who've read the comics. Who are these guys? The Guardians of the Galaxy, as obscure as they were in 2014 when that film came out, or 13 when they announced it, they had several ongoing series, different iterations of the group, but they were obviously not very popular, but compared to the Eternals, they may as well have been the Justice League.
And there's half as many of them, too. It's half as many new characters to introduce.
Yes, that's a point. And again, they were still far more well known than the Eternals, and I guess we should be happy that the New Gods didn't get this treatment, because the New Gods was about to get this treatment as well, and that would have been horrific.
Gods, rather. Geez, Tom King was involved with that. I missed that one.
Holy, yes. Thank you, DC, for doing that one thing. You idiots for not doing New Gods. Though, good Lord, because there's a lot more of that to ruin.
Clobby, I'm sorry. I have to leave. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for having me again. No, I got to take care of some stuff before tomorrow, and I have a small window to do it today. No, y'all are fascinating. I could stay here another 3 hours. I love it.
You don't have to say that. We know that.
I'm not. I don't.
We love you, Arwen. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Arwen. Good to see you.
All right, y'all have a good day, and y'all remember. Saturday, 7 o'clock Eastern on my channel, party time. It's my birthday.
Party time. Oh, your birthday's on Saturday itself?
Mm-hmm.
Mine's on Friday. Happy birthday,
Scorpio.
Happy
birthday, Scorpio. Oh my God, there's so many of us.
Watch that thing.
Yes.
Eric's going to be 21.
Again.
Oh, nice. I wish I was, but that's okay. Anyway, and Zach, I will see you later tonight on Pegasus Actual. All right. All right, sweethearts. Later, love y'all. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, hey there, Pablo. What's up, brother?
Pablito.
Hey. Yeah, Monkey Jeebus. How cool would it have been to see the original Guardians? I don't know if any of you like the Guardians movies. I do like them a lot. And we did see these. We did see some of these characters. Yeah. But what if it had been the original group? I don't know, but you're right. It's good.
You mean the old one?
Yeah, it wouldn't be fun. It wouldn't have been funny.
Yeah, seeing Yandu and everyone. But I kind of like it, the rockiness of the new team on the movies. I did like a lot of the chemistry and everything. What ruined it for me is that they are coming to the MCU, so they're gonna get ruined.
They've already been ruined. Really, if you think about Endgame, kind of ruined them a little bit, and even Infinity War, which I loved Infinity War. But
one funny thing about Endgame is that I went to go and watch it at the cinema with my family, and one of the first things I said to my parents when we walked out of the cinema, it's all downhill from here. They're not going to top the Infinity Saga. And this is coming from someone who loves the MCU and is still somewhat optimistic about the films and properties going forward, even though I'm nowhere near as excited as when I was in the Infinity Saga. Look what's happened with the Eternals. Look at the mixed reception for WandaVision and Loki. Then they're not like, yes, there will be some duds along the way, but they're nowhere near as home run after home run like the MCU films.
That's a very good point. That is a very good point. And again, it's just going to get because again, they're now obsessed with agenda. But Endgame really was, I think, actually, I loved Infinity War, but that kind of ruined Star-Lord. There's one. I mean, I don't understand why you have to put that scene in there where he starts punching Thanos out of anger when all the just don't even write that, because you write yourself and you really ruin his character. We know he's a jokester and he's as a buddy of mine calls him, a horny man-child who did not like the portrayal of Star-Lord in the MCU at all. He didn't like that first Guardians movie because he liked the comics. And but I liked them. I'm just talking about him. He said that. But when he loses control, starts punching Thanos and costs them the victory and costs everything. That was like, how could anyone ever look at that character again in the same way? When you liked him,
how can Doctor Strange allow that? He saw the future. He saw what was going on. That was a victory. That was a proper victory, and they will have kept the Infinity Stones. So it's actually a way better way to actually use the characters. You will have them fighting maybe internally for the Infinity Stones, or trying to develop something that goes even worse in the future. Instead, they basically ruined 3 characters there.
They did. And by the way, speaking of Eternals, these Celestials look horrible in that. They looked pretty good for that split second we see them in the first Guardians movie. I don't know what happened.
They ruined it. They literally ruined the Fantastic Four with this movie. They ruined Silver Surfer. They ruined Galactus. There's no way they can get the same fascination. And the Eternals are basically Silver Surfer. They are the heralds.
That's true. They're Silver Surfers. That's right. Good point.
They are the heralds that decide that they will fight with the Master because they want to preserve the life on the planet that was being used as a meal, basically. So it's mini Galactus and mini Silver Surfer.
And they performed the world's biggest abortion.
Yep.
With
they did. They did.
I thought that was last week's Saturday Night Live.
No, man. When I saw that hand and that face in white with the sky in the background and everything, dude. I was hearing the song from the end of Evangelion. I was singing that on my head. It was exactly that.
And then
it was a Ray Yanami there.
Arashim, those morons. See that my avatar's Arashim. They used the wrong damn. These are morons who never read the comic at all. And I don't care about you say they shouldn't base things on the comics. Look, they used a completely wrong Celestial for Arashim. They used Epson or whatever the hell the guy's name was. So they couldn't even find a picture of him and say, let's make him Arashim. No, we'll make the wrong one Arashim. But I'm supposed to trust these people to make anything right. Screw them. It's pathetic. Fuck them.
Well, the thing is they're also the ones that made Ego in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 a Celestial.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, they made him a Celestial.
Really?
That's right. It's just
and Thanos is supposed to be part Celestial.
Mm-hmm. He is a deviant. Yep.
He's deviant, yeah.
Yeah, right. But now they decided that
was
Firefox is an Eternal, not a Celestial. So is Thanos an Eternal?
They could be. They might be changing that, but in the comic, it was retconned into a deviant later because he appeared before the Eternals comic. Then later they.
So it's a deviant Eternal in the comics, but in the movies, he's an Eternal deviant,
Celestial.
Something. See, transmedia, very similitude. There's two separate things going on.
Exactly. Good point.
He may also be trans or part of the alphabet. So
well, he's dead anyway. So
yeah, there's that.
But he's dead now. Star Fox. Oh God, that end credit.
Never mind. I'm not going to say
that was really.
Did you see that Star? That Star Fox.
I'll say it in the private chat.
And you know what's worse is that first mid-credit scene with Pip the Troll. It had to be Patton Oswalt's stupid voice.
Yeah, he's the only one left they have on the roster that hasn't wronged Hollywood in some way. Is this only one still telling the line? I
guess so. He's everywhere. And then Harry Styles, like anyone cares about that guy. But Star Fox is a stupid character anyway. What the hell? What gets me is what they're doing with Black Knight. It would be nice to see something done well with him, but they won't.
No.
And why was Blade's voice there? Why was the guy playing Blade at the end of that?
I have no idea.
I thought set up for his movie. That's probably
was Black Knight going to be in Blade, or is it going to be in something else?
I don't think he's strong enough to support his own movie, and also with just like with agenda and ID politics that he won't get his own movie.
Mm-hmm.
That he needs to be a supporting character in someone else's movie. That's just the way it is.
Also, it sounds like the way they're going to write Blade with Mahershala Ali's interpretation being what's like a Muslim-centric Blade. It just sounds like they're setting that movie up for failure from the start.
I'm just saying, if they want to have a character that goes well with Blade, they are doing Morbius. They are about to launch Morbius. Just go with the flow.
It reminds me of like something from I Am Legend with Matheson. Would a Mohammedan vampire be adverse to the cross? Just silly geek note.
That's right. Yeah. He's an Eternal from Titan. That's right. So, but now he's a nothing because he's dead. So in the Marvel,
is that an Eternal from Titan in the comics or the movies? What about the radio play?
Comics.
Right. Because obviously in the comics, then Thanos was simping for Lady Death. That was the whole glove thing, wasn't it? But I have hands. Well, you're going to need it.
Well, not Lady Death, but Death, because Lady Death is a whole other character.
But she wasn't.
Because we all simp for Lady Death.
Did you see that? Thank you. Because did you see that S thing? I was doing an umbrella term. I wasn't splitting the hairs enough. Thank you. Lady Death as opposed to Death, as opposed to DC Death, the Gothic Death. Except
which is also not Lady Death Strike.
Yes, oh my goodness! And that's not to be confused with Deathstroke, who's a different person altogether. That's
also
true.
Okay, it just keeps going on.
Let's say, are you dizzy yet, Cockney?
Yes, not to be confused with Def Jam Records, which are former home of Run DMC. No, hang on a minute, that was good.
Let him go. Let's see how far this goes.
Hey,
not to be confused with Def Leppard, who are rock and roll.
Pour some sugar on me.
Not to be confused with strawberry jam, which is not strawberry jelly.
I have a question. Let's see. Cappuccino says thoughts on Will Poulter as Adam Warlock. They're going to ruin the Warlock. I don't even know who this actor is. Does anyone know anything about him? And by Harry Styles.
Harry Styles. He's just darling. Brilliant.
Yeah, he's Star Fox.
Oh, okay.
Star Fox is a dumb character.
That's Will Poulter. I think he'll be great as Adam Warlock. I think he'll do really well.
Tell me something about him. I don't even know who he is.
He was in the film Stand By Me, was it? With Will Wheaton. Was it Stand By Me?
Well, that's credible.
Back in 1985.
No, I think they already made it.
There's a gap in the resume there.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't. What is he?
He's in this series and the new Chronicles of Narnia are basically the two things he was known for in the last 10 years.
Maze Runner as well.
I thought it was going to be Ben Browder.
Why does he Stand By Me?
I don't know. Okay, so he's a young filler.
Yeah, We're the Millers is the other one. Was he in?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's in the Maze Runner films.
Yeah.
He will need to buff out.
He's going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Okay. Well, he's not getting his own movie or anything. But, yeah, so there you go. That's him? What the hell?
So this was him when he was younger.
Holy crap.
I imagine this is a slightly newer photo, and it looks like he is bulking up a bit. So
looks 17.
Yeah.
But I can see that.
You can?
Yeah, it basically they are just breeding Adam Warlock, so he will be just a young version of himself.
Young looking, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Adam
Unless
Warlock,
they
the
make
wonder
him
years.
completely age.
Back in 1453, it wasn't easy being a teenager. And
I mean, if this is the most up-to-date picture, this is slightly better than what we were seeing on the previous page.
Looks more like an adult, I guess, at least.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. I mean, I don't have much of an opinion on that, to be honest, Cavatina. I don't know much about the kid, but James Gunn might be, another piece of filth though he is, can make a fun movie, can make an interesting movie, I think, anyway. And so the kid might be. You'll probably get like 2 minutes in this movie. Yeah. But it'll be Adam Warlock. I guess he'll be some semblance of him. None of these characters ever even, or they're rarely, especially when they're relatively obscure, never really look much like the comic book version. Mm-hmm. So I doubt he will. I guess he'll be painted gold or CGI gold.
Oh, actually, give me a second. There was an article I was looking up on Bounding. I'll bring it up here in a second.
I just thought about Goldfinger.
Yeah. Well, maybe he won't get killed. Being painted gold. Let's hope for the best for the poor boy. Yeah, but I don't know, man. Again, I got to admit, I'm sort of curious about the new Spider-Man movie, but aside from that, the MCU is just dead to me. I mean, I don't know. And even that, I'm just going to go watch it just to watch it. And I used to be so excited about these movies.
Guardians 3, I'd look forward to, but it's so far away.
Yeah, 2023.
Yeah.
And but it could be fun. I mean, like I said, those first two movies are fun. And again, though, will the water under the bridge of what's been going on, especially with starting with Endgame, will that dampen it a little bit, even though it's water and should make it wetter? I don't know. Will it hurt? Is there too much damage to this universe for me to even enjoy it anymore?
Yes.
I don't know.
I think that Endgame was the best place to stop watching these movies and also to stop giving them our attention and our money. Now it's hard because we want to be a part of this, and because they're, we've had so much history with the books and with the past 13 years of these movies. Yet, I mean, I seriously, I'm looking forward to the end of the superhero movie cycle so we can get it back.
Yeah, but another thing about that though, Eric, is quite frankly, as geeks, it's nice to have something to look forward to, isn't it? When you just put it in simple terms, nice to, when there was a time you'd see something's coming out down there and go, oh, okay, I can't wait to see that. That might be really good. I'm looking for. It's simple. It sounds simple, but I kind of like having something to look forward to, and there's almost nothing anymore, and it's a little bit of a bummer. And even if it turns out to be not so good, at least you go, well, let's looking forward to that. That might. Let's see how that turns out.
Well, now you know how being a video game fan is when they announce a movie. Is basically like, oh god.
So I mentioned Bounding, but this is the Illuminati. This is an article I stumbled upon, and it ties into Guardians 3. And I was going to make a video about this, but I want to pose a question to the panel now. So Chukwudi Iwuj, I'm pretty sure I murdered that, but
what a name.
Yeah. In highly coveted mystery role in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. How much do you want to bet, looking at this guy, knowing where we are with the MCU and Hollywood in general, that this is going to be Nova?
Oh, do you think so?
I think that's exactly the play they would make, yes.
Look at the coloring where it says Volume 3, the yellow and the red.
Yeah, my question.
Why haven't they given
and this little flash right here?
But my question about that is now, in the first Guardians of the Galaxy film, they were on Xandar, and the Nova Corps were just a bunch of dudes with ships and stuff. They didn't. I mean, they didn't have Nova Prime. They called Nova Prime Glenn Close. So, are they going to retcon into there's actually a Nova Corps with superpowers that was very similar to the Green Lantern Corps?
If I had to guess, right, because the Nova Corps and everyone was basically wiped off screen in Infinity War, right? They said, he laid waste to Xandar power stone. They're going to use that.
The response team.
They would use that as a reason to say, okay, what we had before doesn't work. We came up with this new thing where we put all this power into one person. Boom. Okay. No.
They had the Power Stone for a long time. Maybe they were saving the energy from the Power Stone.
There you go.
Something like that. Yeah.
Could be Quasar. You know, those colors may be like Quasar. That's a good point too. Yeah. You know.
Right, but James Gunn has gone on record saying he wants to use Nova in a film.
Yeah.
So.
He wants to use Rom and he can't, so he's going to take Nova. We'll see. So oh my goodness, dude, that's depressing. Nothing against this guy.
They wasted Hela.
Just another waste, huh?
They wasted Hela.
Wasted who now? Who now?
Hela.
Hela, the goddess of death.
Hela. Oh, you thought they wasted her in Ragnarok? You mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I thought she was pretty good in it, but I hear you.
But they did waste she's dead
by wasting her.
She's literally dead. They had that proper villain that will work on following movies on Guardians of the Galaxy, or maybe even send her to Earth. She's chasing the last Asgardians on Earth or something. Make something fun. Instead,
Blue Marvel. Well, there you go. So if I don't know, Nova or Quasar, good question.
Mm-hmm. Something along those lines. He's going to be one of these cosmic beings because now we're at this level, right? We have all these cosmic level heroes that we're introducing.
Right. Yeah, she's probably trapped with Surtur still. So, but they won't bring her back anyway. So it could be Fire Lord. What's that?
Hela. Yeah, Hela should come back. Hela, to Hela coming back.
Oh, gosh,
yeah.
I love that outfit. She was great looking in that.
Oh yeah, she was.
She did look good.
Wow. She's age appropriate for me too. I love that.
You know, that's a good point. That could be Fire Lord. That could be Fire Lord, and like a precursor to Galactus, because the colors. I don't know. Nova's a good theory. Quasar is a good theory, but so Fire Lord's not a bad one either. But I don't know. Those colors look like his.
I thought the Easter egg for Galactus was in Shang-Chi. The rings are from another universe. Well, Galactus is not from this universe, so I thought maybe they were going that way. Instead of just creating him in this universe, he is, like in the comics, an entity from another universe that needs to feed on energy.
I forgot Shang-Chi even existed, honestly. I didn't see it.
Out of the 3 movies this year, is by long the best, man. It's the only one that doesn't contain an abortion or something like that. Because Black Widow, to become a superhero, to be born as a superhero, you need to kill a kid. If you didn't notice that, no, you do.
Yeah, that's terrible. Oh, well, and the thing is that even Eternals, I guess, is the worst MCU thing I've seen this year. But man, I don't know. Falcon Winter Soldier was pretty close to just as horrible. Mm-hmm. I couldn't even sit through. I watched all of Loki for some reason and WandaVision, but I couldn't even get through all of What If. It's so bad. It's a big mess. It's kind of just dead for me. But I say that I'll end up going to watch Spider-Man, because that's what I am, a comic book geek at heart, and I want to watch even when they're the train wrecks, dude. I mean,
you have hope. This is what hurts the most. Is just like this eternal hope that we have. Like, oh gosh, am I gonna give this a chance? I think I'm gonna. And God bless you for giving it a chance.
And they are announcing that they will do Planet Hulk and everything, and I will be properly happy about that. They had supposedly it was on Thor Ragnarok, but then they want to go Ragnarok with World War Hulk and everything.
God,
Ragnarok and roll.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that I will love. I love the Illuminati. There's no Tony Stark.
Let's see here. MJ1 Media says, "Call man, this thing's slow." Wow, this friggin' StreamYard. Haven't Shang-Chi and haven't. I guess it means haven't seen Shang-Chi yet. I already have a problem with it. The movie retconning his father to be the Mandarin is instead of Fu Manchu. They have reasons they don't want to pay. Well, we know why they really don't use Fu Manchu, don't we?
Also, they reckon the Mandarin.
Iron Man versus Mandarin.
It's that, and then they get to play the bad dad trope.
But the Mandarin on that movie is not the Mandarin either. There's no Mandarin. There's no actual Mandarin.
No. In fact, the Mandarin in that movie is Fu Manchu. He's just with a different name.
Yeah, basically.
He really is. He's
the bloke called Trevor.
He's a warlord from China.
Yeah,
he is.
I'm just some bloke. I'm a geezer. I'm no supervillain. I'm just here for a cup of tea and a sandwich.
To be fair, at the time,
I just want a nice game of darts.
At the time, I thought that was a clever bait and switch. I thought that was clever, even if it pissed a lot of people off.
Come on, man, put up your jokes. Come on.
Yeah. See, Kingsley was so funny you couldn't help but laugh at him. He was hilarious, man. But Iron Man 3.
Come on, where's Batman?
I did say at the time.
No, even I laughed at it because Ben Kingsley's hilarious.
Yeah.
But now then they did that little short film with him. It sort of fixed
it. Used to be Gandhi. Now look at me. Think about it.
Can I just say I love this guy? Like, this is great.
Everyone loves Cole. Yeah, he's the best. Now, Ben Kingsley made it feel. The guy's a great actor. Even though it was pretty silly in Shang-Chi. That was over. That Trevor was over the top stuff.
When I saw the trailer for Iron Man 3, I was properly excited.
Comedy accent. Plus, he kept talking over everyone. Very rude.
Oh, sorry.
No, me. Sorry, that was me. I'm always doing it. I can't help myself. Come in there, hopping on the channel. I'll mute you the whole time. Just ask Cardinal Sid. It's brilliant. It's mainly about me. Anyway, about me.
Does he mute you?
I'll tell you what, that Iron Man. What? Friday night, man. Hardest game in the world. It's like chess, isn't it? Some people think moves ahead. Me,
I think more people need to use the mute button for a comedic effect more often.
Mute the limey. Quick, mute the limey. Which one? The umbrella term. Yes.
Let's see what MJ Media says. Oh, this thing takes forever to put a chat on. In the daytime, my streaming is really slow.
Do you want me to read it?
I got it now.
Okay.
Let's see. The Hail to the King short film was meant to clarify that Kingsley wasn't even the Mandarin, and the real Mandarin wanted to speak with him, and they blew it. Yes, that's true. They don't keep it. They don't even keep their own stupid continuity with the
I thought that clip was to establish that Hammer was gay.
Who?
Justin Hammer is also in that prison, and he's gay all the time.
Yeah, that's right. Is that what it was?
Well, that's a necessity in prison.
Well, at least it was constructive use. Oh my goodness. Anyway, screw the Marvel MCU bullshit universe. Anybody else got anything?
No, cross media, very similitude. It's a separate universe. It's the silly universe. It's too silly.
It is. Stop that! It's silly. That is silly indeed. And a bit suspect, I should think. Yes. Now let's have something completely decent in the military. Monty McFly three. There might be 3 Monty McFlys, right? Oh, wait a minute. Well, I just want to ask you this: is it okay if I still love those movies as wrong as they are?
No, they're great. It's the time travel's like the incest. You overlook it because it's a child.
Yeah, it's all in good fun.
What?
All in good fun.
I know, right?
I wish that were the biggest problem we had in movies nowadays.
Time travel.
Yeah.
So Marty's mum. Moving on.
Oh dear, oh dear. Well,
Very
look, at least they're not going to.
Moving on. Look, come on.
At least they're not going to remake those.
I'm not even talking about the sequel.
Yeah, wood.
Where Doc Brown's got his own diagram about the timeline. I ain't even talking about the sequels. I could 3 hours just to talk about the original. There's 2 Marty McFly. Look, there's Lone Pine Mall and there's Twin Pine Mall. It's like City on Edge of Forever. Right. They don't erase the time. There's 2 timelines. There's 2 Martys. He's sleeping with the wrong girlfriend. Think about it. His parents are back in the other universe, distraught. Doc Brown, he's dead. There's an FBI investigation. These Libyan terrorists. But no, you're all right, Marty McFly, Universe B, with your new parents, your new siblings, your new 4x4, with your new girlfriends, basically impersonating someone else. Early identity theft. Oh, Marty McFly, Universe B. Where's Marty McFly of Universe B? Well, at the end of the movie, you saw him take off into Universe C. Clobby's right. There's 3. Back to you. Studio.
I'd like timer. Which one's which?
Cavatino. No, I've not seen the picture you're referring to on November.
I'm looking it up. Hold
on. Okay. The reason they didn't make the Mandarin a powerhouse in IM3 along the lines of Thor was because Jon Favreau didn't think the magic Mandarin would fit him. I know. Look, I like Favreau, but he made a lot of mistakes in some of those.
Yep.
In Iron Man 2 and 3.
Magic Mandarin, is that like a Satsuma that peels itself?
Yes. That's exactly what it is. And he cut it out of the movie because of that.
I will say I did love Whiplash on Iron Man 2.
Yeah,
I hated
agree.
him. I think it was terrible.
I think it was.
It should have been the Crimson Dynamo.
Ooh, that would have been nice.
That's what he was. They had the name, his actual name, the character was from the Crimson Dynamo, but they gave him the stupid Whiplash motif instead of Crimson Dynamo, which made no sense. Oh, what is this picture here? What are we looking at?
So
the
we've
lines
got
on the acting is really good, man.
Chris Pratt, Zoe. This is Nebula. That's Mantis. This is the guy who's playing Adam Warlock.
Okay.
That's Dave Bautista, and this is the guy I think we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Well, we
and
shall
then I don't
see.
know who that is.
Where's Vin Diesel?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I know who this is. This is the Ravager guy that takes over for Yondu.
Oh yeah, that's Sam Raimi's.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
James Gunn's little brother. Sorry.
Yeah.
Where's the guys who Groot and Rocket?
That's Sean Gunn. Yeah, no Bradley Cooper or
Vin Diesel. Well, yeah, so they wouldn't have to be on set because they're not. I mean, they're just voice actors.
Oh, that's true.
Chris Persia, what's up, my brother?
Hey.
Man.
Well, Bradley Cooper does do a lot of on-set work.
Speaking of Ben Kingsley, have any of you ever seen a film he did back in the 80s called Without a Clue?
No.
Nope.
Great.
Murder mystery one.
Yeah, basically, he plays Dr. Watson, and he hired, who is, of course, he actually is not only the chronicler of Sherlock Holmes, he really is the one solving all the crimes, but he hired, because no one cares about the crime solving doctor, he hires an actor played by Michael Caine and who pretends to be Sherlock Holmes, a made-up character. And it's a great, I love that movie. It's so much fun. I recommend it especially even if you're not a Sherlock Holmes fan, which I am. It's just a lot of fun. Michael Caine, of course, is brilliant. A great cast. Paul Freeman, the great baddie from Belloc from Raiders of the Lost Ark, is the bad is more Belloc.
Blow it up, Belloc.
You want to blow up Belloc today? Yeah, I love that movie.
My favorite Kingsley is when he plays himself in The Sopranos. When Chrissy's pitching him the script for Cleaver, I love that because he's just such he's kind of like a smarmy asshole a bit.
Ironcaster, what's up, brother?
Hey, it is Thursday, guys.
Are you sure? Can you prove it?
Well, I got new comic books yesterday.
Hey, Orville Nation, what's up, PJ? That's cool, man. But you're always welcome. You'll have a standing invite anytime you want to join us. We're not going to go for too much longer anyway. I have basically one little subject to put to the panel here because we're not going to be able to address it next week because next week's going to be the big Doctor Who roundtable. 1 week from today, and I'm pretty sure Cottony will be safe because I don't think there'll be any time travel in this one. I do believe Ghostbusters opens next week. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Is anyone here? And look, I'm going to go. But is anyone here letting themselves get too excited? Because I'm going to warn you against that. But what is any of you? Are you Ghostbusters fans? Anyone looking forward to it? I know I am.
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah,
I like it.
Big fun.
I love Ghostbusters too. So what can I say?
Yeah, I mean, look,
Ghostbusters.
The trailer
was it.
The trailer. I love the first one. Yeah, 1984. I went more than 10 something times to see that. I loved it so much. But I do like two though. But one's just, I mean, one of the most quotable, one of the most wonderful movies ever made in my opinion. The perfect film. I've said it's my top 10. Two is at least you get to see the guys together. It may not be perfect, but they're still fun in it. 2016, of course, is everyone his favorite here. Except mine. I don't know why they all love it so much, but I hate it. But no, we all know everyone hates it. Everyone but Ash hates it. Ash loves it. But,
she loves everything.
Well, so just automatically, I just love everything everyone hates.
I'd say yes. That's your job here, son. That's what I'm paying for.
He's still the only guy I've ever seen defend the Green Lantern movie sufficiently to make me value his opinion on anything else after that.
By the way, everyone, that's a true story. Let me tell you something. Not only that, Not only that, let me tell you how powerful Ash is, because I tease him about stuff and stuff we disagree with, and we legitimately disagree with stuff, and we tease each other. I really hated that movie. We did our Green Lantern roundtable, and again, I hated it so much. I was like, I'm never watching that piece of shit again. He gave a pretty impassioned defense of it, because he's a very honest fellow. He likes what he likes. If you don't like it, too bad. He's going to say it, and that's what we love and respect about him. But he's also respectful of other people's opinions, unlike me, who's just mean to you if I just Matthew Pounder. So he gave just a brilliant and eloquent defense of the film, and that little SU actually made me go back and watch it. And I didn't. Maybe not hate it as much as before, but I don't like it. I think it's bad. However, the fact that you made me go back and watch, I can't even stress enough how extraordinary that is, because usually I don't listen to anybody. I mean, it's got to be honest. I don't listen half the time. They go, "Hey, man, you need to see this. Is a great movie," and I'll go 2 decades without watching it because I don't want to watch that just because someone told me it was good. Then I'll end up watching it and go, "I wish I'd have watched that a long time ago." I suck.
What should I tackle next? Star Trek Discovery.
No.
That's never going to happen.
You know what? Yeah, you can't do the impossible, Ash. I mean, you're a miracle worker, but I love that background there, Bryce.
I would show off the rest of my stuff, but for obvious reasons, it won't work.
Charge that power battery. So, Ghostbusters, folks. What are the general thoughts? I mean, I'm just saying, be cautious. It could be really good. I'm one of those few that doesn't like Stranger Things, didn't even like the first season, but a lot of people did. So that's what this kind of vibes to me. But
it looks like it has a lot of potential. Looking at the trailers, it looks like it could be very good, but at the same time, it could go a little bit sideways as well.
Oh, totally sideways.
A fear I have, not a fear, but for example, as much as I just like everyone else couldn't even sit through all of the 2016 one, and it's one of the most reviled films ever made, right? Will that be a problem in the sense that the people who rightly don't like or really despise that film will watch this one and go, well, it's not as bad as that one. And in other words, they might not think it's that good, but they're going to go, well, at least it's not the 2016. That's a problem with a lot of times. People would think something it's not necessarily that good, but if it's better than, in other words, okay, sure, you did smack me upside the head with a baseball bat, but at least you didn't chop both of my legs off like last time. So that's something. Okay, I'm just saying, will people?
Yeah,
if will it's people better be willing to give it more of a break because of it's not 2016?
I think the initial response is people are going to just. Are gonna go slobber all over it because it's Ghostbusters and everyone's getting hyped for it, and then I think you are going to see that wave of people going, "Oh, it's not as good." You're basically get the kind of correction of before I think everyone's going to settle on it'll be about the third best Ghostbusters movie.
Well,
obviously after the 2016 one being the number one.
Please forgive this.
Subverted.
Please forgive the sports ball analogy, but let's take a team that's had losing records for 20, 30 years. They've gone like 1-15, 3-13 every year when they're pro team or whatever. And then
so
they
the
get
Detroit Lions?
The Detroit Lions. So a coach comes in there and they start going 500 and win 8 games every now and then. They get once every 2-3 years they get close to the playoffs. They might even make the playoffs once and then boom, but they're just basically a loser or a middle of the roader. But someone goes, yeah, that coach is only really winning half of his games, but it's better when we were going 1-13 all the time, 3-13 or 1-15, and people get used to losing. And so they'll go, yeah, this guy's okay. At least he gets us about 6, 7, 8 wins a year instead of, the things that get you in the playoffs. Is it going to be that sort of situation where even if it might be really good, I'm hoping it is. I'm just saying, will it be one of those things because of how badly received and reviewed the 2016 film is? Will that give this one a lot of slack and a lot of leeway?
I think that's a definite yes. I think that's an absolute possibility, but I think there will still be a large contingent of people. There's still enough people that know what the good Ghostbusters is like to give it an objectively level rating as far as all the other entries go. Be like, if it's okay, they'll be like, this is good. It's better than 2016. It's not as good as the original ones. They're not going to be like, oh, this is the best Ghostbusters ever. I don't think you're going to get much of that outside of like, critics.
I think people forget about that. Ghostbusters 1 was like an adult flavored movie between the fellatio joke, hitting on the young grad student, just the gatekeeper, allegory part of it. And, it's just, there's a lot of adult themes in Ghostbusters 1, and that's what made it work.
Mm-hmm.
And just my humble opinion, I was too young to see that movie, but I got every joke.
The jokes were really mature.
Yeah, and
yes.
and it also had a good harmony of comedy with grotesque, with good horror. I mean, is that going to be allowed in this movie, especially because this is literally marketed for kids? Because you have your heroes in this are the next generation, are the kids. So I mean, that's I'm a wait and see kind of guy at this point, and I'm waiting to see what y'all have to say to it before before I check it out.
Yeah, Snail Messiah. Hey there, Betty Pelner. How's it going? Yeah, I'm kind of there. Like I said earlier, though, there's this temptation that we all have as geeks. I really like to look forward to stuff, and just haven't had that feeling in a long time. To go, wow, I can't wait till. For example, you got an Orville Nation in there. I'm truly very, very excited about Orville season 3 because I love that show so much. It's been too damn long. That's something I am legitimately looking forward to. I mean, whether it turns out good or not, I cannot wait. I'm looking forward to it. I think it will be great because it's got a good track record. It's truly, and I can only say that about one other thing with comics right now. Astro City's actually coming back, and I'm very excited about that because I love Astro City. It's one of the greatest comics ever made, and it just found out that it's coming back in a couple of months. So I'm really looking forward to those two things. But you do have to be cautiously optimistic about a lot of things. For example, I've loved the first 2 seasons of the Orville, so chances are it's probably going to be pretty good the 3rd season. You never know, but I think it really is. May be better. Astro City's been one of the most brilliant comics of the past 26 years, so chances are, even if it's just midway, it'll still be better than any of the crap coming out now. So, but this thing, I don't know. I really want to look forward to get gung ho. I think the most fun that's going to be is going to the theater and seeing all the people wearing proton packs and dressed in Ghostbusters outfits. That's going to be something.
Has anyone seen the documentary Ghost Heads? It was on Netflix a couple of years ago. It's about cosplayers, and it's about the Ghostbusters cosplayers and how they kept it alive. And
yeah, I know a bunch of those guys.
It's fun, and it's entertaining. Something that 2016 just wasn't. So this documentary, if you haven't seen it, you're a Ghostbusters fan.
I like to see that.
Check out Ghost Heads. It's going to make you feel good again. Like every state has their own, in the U.S. has their own unique Ghostbusters patch, and everyone makes their own proton packs, and everyone makes their own, jumpsuits, and it's a real labor of love, and it unites the generations, and it shows just its place in pop culture and in our culture. Showing up to parades, showing up to kids' hospitals to give kids a smile. It's so yeah, Ghost Heads. It should still be on Netflix. I think so.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did they not manage to figure out one of those groups managed to figure out the recipe for Ecto Cooler?
That would be cool. Some high C.
Well, you know what our boy Mark D with a C's looking for. He couldn't be here today, but you know what he's looking forward to. I put this out there because we talked about it last week, but just in case no one knows about it, if you're into this sort of thing, on the first day, the opening day, which I believe is a week from today. Is that correct? Anyone for Ghostbusters?
Yeah, next week
at the AMC theaters. You can get for one day only, and you probably all know about this, but just in case you don't, it's an Ecto One, a big Ecto One figure. Hello there, Nerd Porter Life Form. That is a popcorn container for $35. It's the AMC. Now we all know it's only gonna be one day. We all know the next day it's gonna be on eBay for $200 or something.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Ghost Heads is free on Peacock, on Tubi, and free on Amazon Prime, which is my thing. And it's also free on Pluto and Vudu.
Nice. I would like to check that out.
Yeah, it's an hour and 15
Just in
minutes
time.
that you're gonna be smiling the entire time. I really enjoyed the heck out of that.
Nice. So who's going the first day or at least first weekend?
I am.
I'm probably going to be doing it the first weekend.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a week.
You brought it. Bride, is she going to wait a week?
Yeah.
Did one of you just tell me you were going to be dressed up? No.
That's
in your Ghostbusters outfit. That was Cockney. Cockney has a Ghostbusters outfit, don't you? In a proton pack, right?
Really?
I'm
Nice.
wearing one right now. It's got coffee in it. I've been slimed. I feel funky. Now that's the caffeine.
I feel so funky.
See, that in
what a
itself was an
quotable
adult
movie.
joke. I've been slimed. That was an adult joke.
Yeah.
Oh, I just got that. Yeah.
Seriously, that first movie was pretty mature.
Well, he said he slimed me was
I'm
the actual line. So, yeah.
Ew.
That's right.
That's like Spider-Man. Spidey, that's not webbing.
I'm waiting to see what Pablo says. If Pablo green lights it, I'll go to the movies and pay for it.
Man,
Seriously.
let's say I didn't pay for the
No
turn-off,
pressure.
I will be paying for this movie. At least they are trying something that we wanted. That is, instead of going the woke way, trying to do something for the fans. If they fail at that, at least they had the proper good intention.
Mm-hmm.
The 2016 failed, and it was done with the worst intention possible. So that one is inexcusable. This one, at least, you can say they were for the fans.
Hey there, Jedi Bill, 1903. What's up? Good to see you. Zax, the Hulk villain. What's up, duder? Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, I will let myself be cautiously optimistic. And now I want to go around the horn. And so, by the way, I think Retro, did you have something on Ghostbusters for me though?
Yeah, I just sent you.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, you want
something.
to show it, or you want me to just?
I just
show
sent you the picture, just to say like, I am a Ghostbusters fan. So it's just in your messages there.
I gotta get to it here. Oh, dude.
Yeah. Like I said, yeah, absolutely love the Ghostbusters.
Man, in my country, they used to play Ghostbusters 2 all the time. And I mean, at least 3-4 times a year. In the same channel, it was crazy. And once they got Ghostbusters 1, it was an event.
Yeah. That's all the Ghostbusters characters from the Lego Dimensions game. Yeah, so you got Ecto 1, the Hellhound. Oh, of course you got Stay
Bruce Slimer has a sausage.
Yeah, of course he does.
Yeah.
I hope it's a sausage.
Hey.
Wasn't Slobber? Was it Slimer? Whatever, played by a girl. Saying. No, I'm telling you.
Too many jokes.
No, sorry, I'm just saying.
No.
I shouldn't even brought it up. Crazy Junior says, "Wow, this man, my StreamYard's a slow ass, molasses ass. Jesus H Christ, on a popsicle stick, it's slow. Oh, come on, man. What's wrong with you? All right.
Come on, man.
Good
That was
Lord.
4 or 5 chats ago.
Yeah, it's slow. I can't help it, man. Kelvington from DVD stream, I think he means the Police Lord Doom Talks, has seen it. Oh, he's seen it, but he's under an NDA. Yeah, he can't say anything about it. He did a panel. He did say on the panel that if you don't love it, he'd refund your money. That's okay. Well, I will keep him up on it. Keep your receipts, everybody.
Yeah.
Keep your ticket stub, and you can send it to the Kelvington. Kelvington is a nice dude, though. So what you got there, Ironcaster? Did you say you had something there? I'm going to do the last call now. Anyone's got anything to bring up? Speak now. Or
yeah,
forever
I just
hold your piss.
Let me. Yeah, so apparently, as one little bit of news that kind of came up today, the upcoming Transformers movie, Rise of Beast, is getting delayed an entire year. That was about the only thing I've come across news-wise, meaning it'll be 2023.
That was in production?
Oh yeah. Like we were getting some on-set photos, including like of all the vehicles, and like Optimus, the truck they had for Optimus looked just like the freaking G1 one design. Like they had finally wised up and got away from trying to do the Michael Bay, screw the original design motif.
I love the Michael Bay films. They were great.
Leave it to Ash.
Ash is just easy to please.
But I like tofu.
Well, come on. Think about it. A kid watching massive CG robots just battling it out. Like, come on.
No, the first one was great. I love the first one.
He was a young fella. Come on now.
There's my childhood optimism.
You know what? Ash, I got. It was a 2008. I got dragged to that first one, and I was not
7.
someone who ever watched the cartoon. 7. Okay, I'm not someone who never watched the cartoon. I'm so old.
Yeah.
But I was kind of. This is kind of cool. You got robots, but for like the first half hour and a half, and of course Megan Fox. You got to look at her, and I was kind of fine. And then when we get into that last big battle into the like the 15 millionth time a robot just got slammed into a building, I was getting a headache. I'm like, I mean, again, I thought it was bad or anything. I was like, I mean, it's kind of cool these robots at first, and now, oh my goodness, I got to see what we've got. He's got here.
I'm Cockney Spot.
Mira.
No, I'm Captain Cockney Spot.
This is the Mira.
No, sorry, don't mind us. We're fine.
I love it. I love it, dude. In fact, you know what, Cockney? We got to talk some comics soon.
Yes, sir.
You are a comics fan, but you liked a little bit, some of the comics you were into around those times, and when we were in those good old days of the Bronze Age, were a little bit different from the ones. We read some of the same ones. You like what?
I like my indie comics. My first comics and my Eclipse comics.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sold many of them, bought many of them. At that time, I was doing. You get into your late teens, early 20s, and you want to experiment more with some of the lesser mainstream stuff. And at that time, good Lord, dude, there was so many great comics, Eclipse and First and all those. I know you were a fan of American Flag. I love John Sable.
Sable freelance, nice.
I love Grimjack.
But yeah, no, shout out Clobby, because you really got me back into, the smell of the ink, the sniff of the pages, the original analog, what I might call physical media, an actual comic book you can hold in your hands and read. Wow. I mean, look at
this. Oh, you got some of these, right? Let me see these. Let's see what you got. Oh, dude.
Oh, Eagle.
I got Eagle comics. Those are some British weeklies.
Wow.
That's random. That's a bit of a random one, but
hang on. Just take it. There we go. Now we got you. Go. It took a while to get you to solo. Go. Show that again, man.
That's all I got. Mate. That's it. There's
I want
others.
to see that Eagle comic again, because it wasn't full screen when you showed it.
Out the way, Spot.
It's only logical.
Yeah,
my goodness.
Quite right.
Nice.
I love that, dude.
Oh,
Frank.
That's nice.
Dan Dare. Is that Frank Bellamy, Dan Dare? Because I love Dan Dare, by the way. I have some of the reprints. I don't know if that's but man, Eagle Comics. And I love 2000 AD.
2000 AD. Oh,
2000 AD.
Red. Yeah, shout out PJ, maybe getting right back into Judge Dredd, all the classics.
Yeah,
fun times.
When the shop I first ran, I got hired, and the owner, for some reason, when we were first getting open, he ordered a bunch of these Titan albums, which reprints 2000 AD stuff, including Judge Dredd. And I've told this story before. I was a superhero guy. I didn't want to buy Archie comics. I didn't want to buy any of the other genres. And then he's orders these albums. That was pretty expensive back then, $6.95 for these black and white albums for these British comics. And I was like, he said, I want you to take some of these home and read them so you can tell customers about them. I'm like, I don't want to read that stuff. It's not Superman and Batman and Spider-Man and Fantastic Four. Judge Dredd, I was 18 years old, whatever it was, 17, 18. But I took one home reluctantly. It was the Judge Caligula. It was the compilation of the Judge Caligula storylines for Judge Dredd. And I just did not want to read this thing, and I read it and just fell in love with Judge Dredd. Right, I had to go back and get the other albums. I had to buy them all. I was telling everybody, and again, it wasn't like it was just a sales thing. I was excited about it. Look, my whole family comes from a car selling background. I couldn't sell you a glass of water in the desert, but I can sell you a comic book if I love it. And I was saying, like, dude, God, you got to read this. This Judge Dredd is the coolest thing. And I got so into the 2080 comics, and there was Warrior magazine, also a British mag.
Yes, Alan Warrior. That is a real, first appearance.
I still have a bunch of those. Right, Marvel Man.
Marvel Man. Warrior, that's a connoisseur's choice. That is.
Still have all mine of that.
I'm still recollecting because I had a good run of Warrior. And like the idiot that I am, I lost a few along the way. Long story short, so I'm just getting my complete run of Warrior 1 to 20.
Nice. Alan Moore made his career in those in 2080 and in Warrior, and then DC saw him and said, "Come write Swamp Thing." And I was running. I remember when I heard how good his Swamp Thing was. I was again running a shop at the time. Swamp Thing was about dead in sales. Moore comes along, so you're young. You're early, your late teens, and you get into your early 20s. You want the experimental stuff. That was when the big Alan Moore was changing everything, and Frank Miller was changing everything in the early 80s. And then leading up to Dark Knight Returns and Watchmen and all those great comics. That was a fantastic time to be buying comics or selling them for that matter. What a great time for the industry. There was so much stuff. And I know the independent stuff. Grimjack, man, Star Slayer, The Rocketeer, John Sable. If any of these comics ring a bell, they should. They're again, first comics.
What it was to be alive in the indie comics revolution. To be young was very heaven.
I envy you so much.
There were so many great. And again, there was still some good mainstream stuff, but it was fleeting. Marvel was just Jim Shooter was ruining Marvel in my opinion. But DC, they had their. I hated Secret Wars personally. I know some of you youngins like it. I hated what they did with Crisis personally. But there were still some great comics. New Teen Titans by George Perez and Marv Wolfman, White Simonson, Thor. Started with Thor 337. I under-ordered like crazy on them. And so issue 337 became very valuable because a lot of people under-ordered on it. And then 338 even more so just because it was even, So, good times, man. And, those independent comics are right there with you. I bought many of those things.
That was the first appearance of Beta Ray Bill?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay,
337. Fine. Yeah. So there were a lot of great comics back then. Yeah. That's what I do with when I do the Spitter-Rat Time Machine, and I talk about how it was such a thriving industry. That was even before comic shops were huge. There weren't very many comic shops in 71, but then you fast forward to 81. And that's when they started opening up. That's when I started running one. It was like 82, 81, 82. But before that, when you told me a shop that sells comic books only, huh? A comic book shop? What's that? Oh my God, that can't be true. And a whole new world, as they say. And it was wonderful. And Cognitive, we should just talk about some of those. I know you bought that. You bought Starstruck recently, didn't you? Did the Epic?
Yes, got the comics and the graphic novels. So I'm going to be rereading those. Yes,
yeah. Did you ever read Dreadstar? Did you ever read Dreadstar by Jim Starlin?
Oh, Joe, I never read that one. I think didn't that make it into the back pages of Grimjack, one of the first comics or something? No, I didn't. No. Long story short.
No, Grimjack did start in the back of Star Slayer, but no, Dreadstar started with his Metamorphosis Odyssey, and then it went to Epic. Marvel's Epic line, and Dreadstar is one of the great science fiction adventures of Jim Starlin. It's one of his finest works. It was in the 80s. Yeah, that's great. That's one I recommend if you like independent science fiction comics, and if you like Jim Starlin. But anyway, so I'm going to go around the horn and get everyone to say their final piece. Unless you've got anyone's got anything else to talk about or to show or to insult Ash with. Either way. I'm sorry, Ash. Let's see here. Well, we'll go with our friend see if he has anything going on. See if there's anything to talk about. Anything to plug? I know you have a fine channel, sir. Do that. What you got going on the channel?
Yeah, I'm getting a bit of a reputation. Oh look, it's the Blade Runner. Is it a replicant guy? Hide. Oh no, it's the guy that thinks he's fixed time travel, which I have. So I'm trying to come. I know, right? But I'm trying to come up with new cliches, new areas to re-explore. So this month we're really getting into the trope of the filming of the unreliable narrator. So I'd like to point out, I love the trope of the unreliable narrator. What a lying character, brilliant. What I can't stand is the filming of the unreliable narration. You can't film a shit that never happened. Looking at you, Last Jedi, and The Usual Suspects. So that's right. Last Jedi and The Usual Suspects, objectively, the two worst movies ever made. Join me on a month-long journey as I explain why. Because of the filming of the unreliable narration. Fight Club, Joker, we're going to cover them all. Or are we? Back to you, Clobby. Oh, yes, sorry. And I am Captain Cockney Mirror Spock. Just look up Annoying Wanker on YouTube and it goes straight to my channel. But, and
well,
as Clobby points out,
I'm honored to have you here.
But yeah, Captain Cockney Mirror Spock this month. And for nice mix of a deep, serious dive into movies, pop culture, the structure of stories, and knob jokes. Soapy titwag. Back to you, Clobby, in the studio.
Well, I tell you, Scott, it has been an honor having you here, and I hope you will return, and I hope you will come and hang out with me solo one of the comics nights, and we just talk about some of those independent comic books. I would appreciate that.
Rock and roll.
Those series.
That's a lie. That search does no such thing.
I don't exist.
Did we lose Clobby?
No, you hear me?
He's loading.
Yeah, sorry, I was having a problem with my. This thing takes forever. Remember this time of day sometimes. Alaric, let me answer his thing real quick here. He said when it loads finally. Well, good Lord, you can't even put a chat up there with 5 minutes. Have you read Matt Wagner's Grendel comics? Yes, I have, and they're good. But I actually prefer Wagner's Mage. His original Mage series took forever. Have you read Mage, Ironcaster? I love Mage.
No, I don't think I've read that. I gotta look this up now.
70s. That's the series he did before he started Grendel, but he did Grendel also. Mage. I remember it was stretched over. It was in the 80s. It was stretched over 15 issues, and it took him friggin' 12 years. 15 issues, folks. It's nuts. But damn it, let's see here.
That's almost Hunter x Hunter level of slow.
Mm-hmm. I'm having trouble getting links. Everything's going slow on me. YouTube is really slow right now. Probably not even hearing us. They're probably hearing us from yesterday.
Maybe it's collapsed because of the Requieta Media stream.
Well, I take care of this delay.
Maybe
guys, don't go see The Last Jedi. It's bad.
Oh,
yeah.
Where is it? Let's find out this month.
Too late, buddy.
That's time travel on his part. That 70s rock band, buddy. What's going on?
70s rock band.
Hey, 70s.
See, I would actually believe that Nick Requieta is stealing all the internet right now.
Yes.
Well, and he's doing the Lord's work with it, so that's cool.
Oh yeah.
All right, come on. Oh, this thing's driving me nuts today. All right, well, anyway, I'm trying. Let me see who I can highlight again if it'll even work. This is absolutely crazy. Pablo Buddy, what you got going on with your bad self? And thanks for hanging with us, by the way.
I have been playing a lot of Age of Empires 2. If you haven't played that game, it's from when I was a small brat, and I just love it. It's crazy good being back on that game. Other than that, I have been just trying to avoid more of Eternals because at this point, after watching the movie, why Disney still exists? Why? Just why?
I saw you tweeting about it.
I was broken, man. It was so crazy, ridiculous. I was watching and I was like, yep, this is from anime. This is from completely other characters. They are ruining these opportunities. And also, if you are creating a robot a proper robot, and it comes with a defect like the audio capabilities are wrong, you will try to repair it, not make it a feature. So the Celestials are Apple.
And it looked like crap.
Yep. So basically, that's it.
Oh, he said feature.
What?
Oh yeah, I'm from Ecuador, so my accent is. I speak weird, but anyway. Well, my channel is Geek Tropology. If you like rants, I'm doing a video on the music of Doom, but I'm having certain problems with copyright, so I will see what I can do, because if I accelerate the audio, well, the video is ruined. So yeah, thank you, YouTube.
Well, dude, I'm glad you're here. It's always great to have you pop in, and I appreciate you, man. And good luck with that. And again, I enjoyed your tweets about Eternals. So
Hey,
I'm sorry you had to suffer through that, brother. That's the way it goes. Mr. Brightest Day, dude, I'm so glad you hung out with us today, man. Appreciate it, dude. And I appreciate
I'm glad I was finally able to make it back, my friend. It's been
anytime, buddy.
I constantly have to work on Thursday, and it sucks, but it means I get to watch you, which is good.
Well, cool, man. And tell us what you got going on.
So tonight being Thursday at 7 o'clock Eastern, I will be streaming my play of the original Diablo 2 on both YouTube and Twitch. And at 9 o'clock, I will be on Supreme Heretics channel, as always, for Pegasus Actual Podcast with the lovely Arwen Avalon and Drew from Supreme Heretic. Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, my primary piece of content, Booked with Brightest Day, where I read sci-fi novels to you. Thank you again for having me, Bobby.
What are you reading right now, man?
So Monday is Star Wars Heir to the Empire. Wednesday is Dune.
Great.
And Saturday is Kai MFS's Space Crime Domino.
Wow, dude, that's fantastic. So that's great. I love that. I mean, it's at 9 now. I'm trying to get, I've got the link, and let me say, well, there's the link right there. Everyone can go. Please, if you have not already, and I can't believe you haven't, if you're here, you should have subscribed to all these fantastic people that are in my description below. But there's the link in the chat there to Brightest Day. And there's also the link to Geek Topology and Ironcaster, that who's coming up next. I think. Did I do you already, Ironcaster? No, not yet. Okay.
No, not yet.
Sorry. Okay. I'm old. That's my only excuse.
You got time. You're good.
The excuse is wearing thin. I understand that, but it's still the only one I got, that I'm friggin' old.
Oh, you boomer less than Mr. Beekler. You do.
I do?
You boomer a lot less than him.
I mean, you would think I would boomer more because he's had like a technical background. I have not. So I'm not sure why. But he's got blood pressure on him. He has a big audience. Go ahead,
Yeah, he does.
It's part of the charm.
So I am Ironcaster, and I will sometimes talk about big robots. The past week or so, I've been doing a little bit of streaming of a game on Steam called Mass Builder, which is a giant robot customization game where you can go and fight kaiju monsters. It's a lot of fun just to go and unlock stuff and experiment in it. On tomorrow, I should be over on Nick Weiser's. Saturday, you can find me over on T-shirt Historians for the Week in Geek. And Tuesdays is the Gundam Roundtable. This past week, I had to have it on hiatus because I got a new car.
Yay! Yay! All right, man.
Correct.
Yes, the new fleet vehicle of the Iron Division.
Nice. Well, that's cool, dude. Excellent. Well, we appreciate you. And listen, there's the link, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm going slow with these links because they are slow. But go ahead. There you go.
Just like
there you go.
Vanna White.
We appreciate you being here, brother. And let's see here. Man, what is wrong with those StreamYards today? And this isn't even me boomering, and I boomer all the time, I admit it. But let's see here. Eric O'Sullivan.
Hello, everybody.
Thanks for finally hanging out with us again. Now we just have to tease you about it because we understand you are a busy man.
I work. I do have a day job, and sometimes getting out of work.
Excuses.
But yeah, I'm Reverend Sully, Eric O'Sullivan, ordained on the internet. I make daily content. I'm actually trying to do something more structured with my channel lately. I'm doing a sci-fi book club of the week where I go through a book that you may not have heard of yet, and I'm trying to turn you on to some good reads. Going to do a movie of the week. I also do I do that weekly Star Trek Eagle Moss now, because that's going to get me 13 weeks of content. I do a Saturday Star Wars hot take because I love Star Wars so much. I got so much to say that I keep it just to Saturdays, because YouTube needs another Star Wars channel like Boston needs another Irish bar. It's true. But I'm gonna have a special edition coming out next Monday. It's my feelings on Denis Villeneuve's Dune. And what I did was I literally called this months ago. I knew with the race swap and gender swap of Liet Kynes that they were going to tinker with the story somehow. And I was right. And I did not want to be right, but I called that from a mile away. It's like seeing someone walk across the bled. You can see him a mile away. Mm-hmm. I had no problems with this movie. Seriously, I think Sharon Duncan Brewster did a great job in her role. But I just knew that for identity politics, and I knew for just intersectional feminism, they were gonna change the fate of Liet Kynes, and I was right. So next Monday, I'm going to drop my video discussing the four fates of Dr. Kynes, and how just specifically that since they made the gender and race swap, they had to change the fate. And that's the only problem I had with this awesome movie. Now, looking forward, I want to see the sequel, and I hope they get 2 or 3 movies out of this, because it was a really good experience. I can't wait to watch it again. And I'm feeling really positive about Dune, and I'm wondering, like, what are they gonna do with Thufir Hawat? I mean, because can they make him a Harkonnen stooge at this point with his casting? I mean, geez. Last weekend I watched all the Dunes. I watched Children of Dune and Dune miniseries. A great investment. I paid $50 for that DVD set. It was worth every dime. That is as good as I remember. I watched Lynch and also Jodorowsky's Dune, this amazing documentary about the failed 1970s adaptation that never happened. But that adaptation spawned so many of what we embrace as great sci-fi. I mean, a little movie you may have heard of called Ridley Scott's Alien came from 3 of those creators. I mean, it's a really good story. I got it on sale on Amazon on Blu-ray, and it's definitely worth it. If you like documentaries, this is for you. And if you love Dune, it's up your alley. And thank you so much for having me on, Clobby. I just love being on with you guys. I love being part of the fellowship. And these are great times to be all together, separately, but together. Thank you.
Brother. Yeah. I'm so glad to see you hang with you. As you know, man, it's an open invite. I know you're busy, but I'm going to send you an invite. Whenever you can make it, you come on in, brother. So
I'll give you the heads up, man. I love being here with you, man.
We got you, man. And it was been so much fun. We love having you, brother. Indeed. Cheers, indeed, sir. And
Kapla.
And that's Kapla. Ashley Crusher.
Yo. So
wait. We don't have Ash is gone. All right, I'm just kidding.
I can put the.
We beamed him out.
Hang on. Give me a sec. There we go. I'm a gaming streamer. You can find me here on YouTube at Ash Singh. I'm also on a lot of other channels. So on every Tuesday, I co-host with Amanda Gillen Presents on Twitch. Thursdays, as you know, is here in the Global Geek Gang. Fridays, I play Minecraft with Explorer of the Multiverse. Saturdays, I'm on the Weekend Geek with T-Shirt Historian. And eventually, when they start again, Pop Culture Archivist on Sundays. And I'm on a lot of channels here, there, and everywhere throughout the week. So keep an eye on my Twitter for that. So, yeah.
Well, dude, appreciate you being here, my brother, as always, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
And Raymond, put your other link in there. I got one of them there. Raymond, buddy, tell us what you got going. I think I got the right one there for Dolphin TV. We put the books one in there. So if you have it more available than I do.
Yeah.
So let's see here. And of course, tell us what you got going on, Duder.
Well, first off, I am an author. For those that read the science fiction, maybe you can use these on your streams. I am author of the Dolphin Wars series of novels. I have currently 2, All's Fair, a Dolphin Wars novel, and Peacemaker, the sequel. I've got a 3rd one in editing process, and I have to check to see how far that's going around. I also have started a channel called King Dolphin TV, where besides pop culture, I go into various interests, various occupations, and it's looking like fun. Tonight, for Veterans Day, I am interviewing, for those who go on to Doomcock's channel, you've seen her. Her name's Wendy Webb. She's a trauma nurse. She's part of a trauma team and head of a trauma facility at her hospital. And she's also an Army nurse retiree. So I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you can come on and see it. Other than that, every Wednesday we'll continue this. Clobby, you and I got to get on and bash, talk about the greatness about Fantastic Four. I've been dying.
Yes, sir.
I've been dying to discuss that with you.
Well, absolutely, man. I would love to. We've done it before. We'll do it again.
Yes, and this I have signed off on Slot on this last story, which is a reboot of one of the earlier storylines, and we'll talk about that. I want to.
All right, man.
Hey,
sure. You know me and Slot. I'm not touching Slot anymore. Can't stand him.
I'm signing off on him.
I got you. I don't blame you, man. By the way, Lord Thoth, I did it again, dude. You should have had a link, and I just noticed it wasn't sent. I've done that with a lot of people. I need to make a group. I keep forgetting. Mark D with a C is right. That I need to make a group. I'm sorry, Duder, but I'll give the announcement thing in a minute. Let's see here. That's already been. I already had that one in there, dude. Retro. I know what you got going on, man. I know you don't really mess with the channel or anything.
Well, as you know, I love the old retro games. That's the name. I also love my retro TV series as well, as you well know. And, love the games. And, of course, I did acquire this the other day, so that's another one I got hold of the other day. So that's still in the box. Yeah, still in the box. But, yeah. So you'll probably catch me around. More than likely, I'll be back on Clobby's channel hopefully next week. So I'll have a few more bits and pieces to show there. So hopefully I can go through them.
Thank you, man.
I'll dig some Doctor Who stuff out to show on next week's channel as well.
That was beautiful.
LT, that makes me feel even worse, buddy. I did it to oh my God. You want to talk about boomerang? Who was it said Eric, you said I don't boomer as bad as Gary?
Well, you boomer greatly when you do that.
Worse. 2 weeks or 2 weeks ago, then again this week, this goddamn Twitter DM thingy. I hate you, Twitter. I hate both people. Well, what happens was this happen. I stick the link in there, and it pops up, but you have to hit the send button thingy, and I'm sending out 50 links to very different people, and every week I miss somebody. In other words, I just go so fast that it doesn't send the goddamn thing. I could have swore I sent it. And it's been 2 times I've done it to LT. And usually he's working, and he can't make it anyway. And now he could have made it today. I hate myself. I mean, in fact, I might just hate everyone from now on. Why just? I hate you all. It's all your fault. I hate everybody in the entire universe.
I don't want to see them anyway.
We know blokes don't matter anyway.
That's right. I don't hate the ladies, just to let you ladies know that. Just so I just hate all the guys. It's their damn faults for no damn good reason. I don't know why, but it is. It's their reason. I mean, Darius Munchausen I also don't hate because he's a cool dude.
Shout out Darius Munchausen.
Yes. I don't know Shane Nolan, so I don't hate him. But I do hate. Let's see, who's in the chat that I can be mean to? Just kidding. Love you all. But Lord Thoth, I'm sorry, bro. I'm just mad at me. I hate me the most. Promise you that much. Oh, God damn it. That sucks. Well, everyone, thank you all so much. Let me make the one last show note here. We'll go, of course, more show notes. Tonight, the great Monarch D with a C joins my wonderful first officer and myself, the amazing Raquel Briggs, for Clobby's Clubhouse, with which we will be talking about some Star Trek comics and many other things. We'll have
Shout out the professor.
Clobby's Clubhouse.
Right. Clobby's Clubhouse. It is 9 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. And, of course, Saturday night Star Trek, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, reviewing the last 2 episodes and then the first episode, which is part 2 of Best of Both Worlds, of season 3 and 4 of the next generation. So thank you so much, everyone. And 1 week from today. Oh, by the way, at 5 o'clock today, or later, maybe 5 my time, my first Clobby's Comics Corner Spinner Rat video will debut, and then I'll have another one tomorrow. And then let's see here. Next Thursday on the Global Geek Gang, a Doctor Who round table that is round like a table, not square like another table, but it's going to be round.
Nice.
We're bringing all the Time Lords together around the command console.
The Who we love. Yes, we're going to talk about the Doctor Who that we love, and we're going to have some.
LD.
Yes.
Doctor Who. Doctor Who.
But do we know time travel involved? Just kidding.
No.
They call me Doctor Who.
There are episodes that have no time travel, but they were when the third Doctor was stuck on Earth. Remember? So,
yep.
Other than that, they're all very time travel-y. Other than that, great to see you all. Thank you all for being here with us tonight. Orville Nation, John, JPRPHA, Darius Munchausen, the lovely, the wonderful Sherry, the wonderful anti-derivative Jill, Lord Thoth, dude, I'm so sorry. I can't. It's not a ginger thing, I promise. It's just me being an idiot thing. That's all there is to it. I'm a real moron. Chris Persia, you the man. Eric K, thank you. Stuart Mitchell, Dolly had braces. Never forget. Who else was here? Shane Nolan, thank you. Matthew Pounder, thank you for being here. I know there were others. Oh, I forgot a big shout out to our wonderful, beautiful friend Arwen, who had to leave. Please, everyone, check out her fine, wonderful channel. I will put the link back in there. And let's see. I can't help but wondering how many people I've actually done that to. Instead of sending them a link, and then I find out I didn't send it properly because it was God. Hello there, LDG of Geeks and Joy. Welcome. MJ1 Media was here. Let's see, MJ1 Media, thank you. That 70s rock fan, buddy, thank you for being here. I don't have access to all. Snail Messiah was here. Hey there. I don't have everyone because the chat only goes back so far. But thank you all. We shout everyone out whenever we can. I appreciate it so much. And the Global Geek Gang signs off with this tribute to this wonderful intro outro made by my fantastic first officer, Raquel Briggs. Love you, Raquel. See you later tonight on the Clubhouse, everyone. And shout out to the Comic Relief Crusader. I just wanted to put it out there because I forgot it. Thank you, everyone.